Ooh, just getting started. Woohoo! Alright, what do we got here? That there. Put that there. That's just about right. BJ, how are you today? What is that? That's off just a smidge. That's not working. There we go. I dropped it. Hey, it's Doc. What's happening? Everybody chat. How are we doing today? That's no. Okay, all working out fine. Great. Getting ready to get started. All right. Getting ready to get started. Nah, gonna be good enough. Alrighty then. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of September. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I show you how I invest in dividend stocks for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, if you need a quick little math lesson, that is over 50% per year. What am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for safety. Number one, safety, predictability, and consistency. 1%, I figure that's enough for me to pay my bills and get moving forward. John Watson, how you doing? Hey, Penny jumping on in there. Wants to take a look at AC. What the heck is AC? AC. Associated Cap Group. No options. That's going to mean no. Sorry, dude. I'm guessing your emphasis on the dividend means you're not huge on tech equities. All right, user whatever. I can't, I don't know what kind of name that is. I really don't separate my stocks by the classification of what they do. Means if they're tech companies, don't really care. My main concern is a safe, consistent, profitable company. I like 20 years of increased dividends or increased profitability. 20 years. That's 2 decades. Okay, Ivan. Yeah, MU after hours up 15%, but very low dividend. Okay. Thoughts on new lower low for Walgreens today? Jerry. We're going to take a look at that right now. WBA Walgreens. Did we actually make a... We did. We made a new 30-day bottom yet again with Walgreens. Well, I did have a report on Walgreens. Is that it? I don't know. No. I have a report somewhere. I'll have to find it. Hold good investment. Joey C., how are you doing, Joey C.? Let's continue moving forward. Walgreens. Well, we've been following this for quite a while. We've seen it. The high was at 26.27, and it dropped. Today has a new 30-day bottom. Actually, the bottom of the year. Young man, CONL. What the heck is that? CONL. Now, you're new here, young man. Okay, I like companies with 20 years of increased dividends. So I'm kind of hoping that company you just asked me to take a look at has dividends, number one, and 20 years of increased dividends. Simone, how are you today? Penny Stacks. I got a good one. Try BDN. Oh my goodness, I have a funny feeling that BDN is going to be a no. We're taking a look at Walgreens at the moment. Let's take Darbinley. How are you doing? Walgreens. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Well, we're looking for that bottom, and apparently we found another one. Not that we wanted another one. Okay, now we really thought the 11th, oh, sorry, we really thought right here, the 5th, was the 30-day bottom. That's what we thought. We were kind of hoping that was the bottom. Well, she hit the bottom, went up, pulled back, and then we have a new bottom now at 825. All right. Average down on Walgreens, not yet. Okay, young man, we're going to take a look at CONL. That's going to be a no. Come on, dude. 20 years of dividends and weekly options. Weekly options. This is monthly. That's no. All right, BDN. Penny stacks, BDN. Yep, that's a no too. Kenny Smith. Hey all, may I ask, am I blocked? Nope. Every time I ask James a question, he never reads or replies to me. Well, Kenny, I'm really good with names. This is the first time I've seen your name. Isn't that weird? Like Darvinley here all the time. Valley Ref. Macy's. M. Macy's. Well, Macy's was down today too. Where are we? Here. Last 30 days. Look at that movement last 30 days for Macy's. Up, here's our 30-day high. Down, here's our 30-day bottom. Back up, we have a new top. Not quite 30 days, but still high enough. And then she has 4 days to the downside. Well, right now we're at 1486 on Macy's. Hey, can you answer this? Not a sound. Kohl's, Simone. Hold on. Average down on Walgreens. We're going to wait until see what happens on Monday. Okay, because right now all my money's tied up in the positions I already have. I told you guys many times, all my money, or 98% of all my money. Kingston, how you doing? 98% of all my money is invested at all times. Now, I make my trades on Monday, which means I get all my spendable cash on a Monday. Because when you buy a stock and sell an option, as soon as you sell that option, that money goes directly to your account. Now, I have a debit card and a credit card attached to my trading account. So when I need to spend money, well, there it is. All right. Simone, you're saying not a sound? Where's that? From Think or Swim here on TikTok or on YouTube? All right, Doc. Let's take a look at MU. Well, MU closed today at 95.77. Okay, fine. At this moment in time, it's up to 109. Well, I did buy it at 93, and I sold the 91. It's got a nice premium on that. It's Colton, but I'm on my cousin's phone because he died and his sister's his charge. Hey, Colton, how you doing? All right. That being said, Simone, I'm not quite sure where you are. But anyway, Doc, there's not much we can do about this scenario. Because, yeah, after hours, she jumped up. Because, remember, they had their earnings report. So, apparently, the earnings report must have been good because she closed at 95.77. And now she's at 109. That's a nice jump. Okay. So, how is it going to affect us in the morning? Well, in the morning, we will see. All right, that being said, Kohl's, I don't know, user 74, 72, 81, 30. Kohl's, well, Kohl's, here's our high, here's our low, that's where it was, this is where it is, here's the direction it's currently going. Now, the last 30 days for Kohl's, wait a second, 2038, we bottomed out at 1773, and that was in the middle of October of last year. Okay, we topped off on the beginning of April at 2960. Well, here's our last 30 days. As you can plainly see, 30 days ago at 1950, 2125 was our high, and she comes down and drops all the way on just below 18. That was on Monday. So Monday was an update. Today was an update. No, yesterday was an update. Today, a little bit down from yesterday's close. All right, well, I'm into it at 1971. Wait a minute, no. I'm into it at 23.23. So I'm into it at 23.23, which is way the hell up here, not even on the chart. But I did sell the, I think the 1950s. But I have a whole new week before I have any issues with it. Remember, my main objective is a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's my main objective. So what did I collect this week? Well, this week I collected 76 cents. Okay, fine. That works for me. I'm only looking for a small amount every week. We already looked at Macy's. Okay, Not Satoshi, can you answer this? Lithium stocks, yay or nay? You actually got to give me a ticker symbol, because you can't just say lithium stocks, yes or no. It doesn't work that way. I look at specific companies. I look at specific movements in specific companies. Now, is it consistently profitable? Can I make a weekly option play on it? And does it have 20 years of increased dividends? Means, are they consistently profitable? I'm not looking for something that may or may not work sometime in the future. I'm not looking to put a bunch of money into something and waiting for it to grow. No, I need something that I can make a consistent rate of return on a weekly basis. So it has to have weekly options. Travis Colbart, how are you today? All right, so that being said, not Satoshi, whatever. Not Satoshi. You got to give me the stock symbol. It works now. Thank you. All right, Miss Simone. Cool beans. Let's keep on going. Thoughts on QQQ? Oh boy, I just love people who love the Qs. Only because I'm thinking to myself, does this person actually understand investing? Okay, and the reason why I say that, don't take it as an insult or anything, but just go with me here for a second. Oh, that ginger tea helps out the throat. All right. User 6819966021, yeah, whatever. The Qs. All right. Now, you're not going to see much on the Qs on this chart here. Because look at the movement. Okay, here's our bottom, here's our top. She goes up, pulls back, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like any other stock. Up, down, that's all they do. It's currently at 485. Our Yank, how are you doing? So you can't really see anything interesting on this chart here. But this is not the fundamental chart. Let's go over to the fundamentals and see how the Qs look for the dividends in which they pay and what the current rate of return is for the Qs. For that, we're going to need Yahoo Finance. So here's Yahoo Finance. I'm going to put in the Qs. Hit enter. First thing I want to do is go to historical data. Okay, I want to see how often has this entity increased its dividends. Well, here's its first dividend right there. Look at this. September 23, 68-cent dividend. Well, cool. What I want to look at is how do they increase their dividends consistently? Or better yet, how consistently are they profitable? Okay, and now I go to the dividends because the dividend is a portion of the profits that are given to the investors. So in the corporate charter, where they have all the rules, regulations, and fine print of the corporation, they have in there a mathematical formulation, which means this part of the profits, this little small sliver of profits, goes back to the investors. So if that increases every single year, well, logic, reason, and common sense tells me it increases in profitability every single year. All right, so I want to take a look at all the dividends for the Qs. Now, it goes all the way back into the 2000s, so let's see how much we can actually take a look at. All right, so here we are, 2003, 2004. So 2003, we have 1 cent dividend. Doesn't thrill me at all, okay? 2004 was 38 cents, then it went to 4 cents, which is horrible. It goes from 38 cents to 4 cents. Yeah, that doesn't make me happy. 10, 3, 2, 5, 3, 4. So look at that. The first 4 years all over the place. Okay, as we progress, 2007, 3 cents, 5 cents, 3 cents, 3, 4, 5, 4, 7, 5, 9, 9, 11, 11, 8, 12, 10, 16, 5, 11, 14, 20. Do you see any consistency here whatsoever? No. Do you see it increasing every single year, year after year after year? No. Okay, so if it's not consistently profitable, well, the dividends will be all over the place. Why the hell would I put my money into something like that? So as we continue going, 33, 28, 38, 33, 42, 32, 42, 38, 46, 36, 42, 56, 40, up, down, up, down, up, down. What the hell is that all about? All right, so that's one thing, okay? But it gets worse. Seriously, it gets worse. Now we're going to take a look at the summary. The summary is going to tell us a little bit about some of the numbers. Well, number one, Invesco QQQ, 485, a little bit more than I want to pay. But look at right here. What is the yield? The yield is 0.61. Can you honestly tell me that 0.61 is a good investment? You're putting $585 per share into a stock, and you're getting 0.6% return, and you think that is good? Seriously, think about it. This is your money. You worked hard. Well, I like to think that you worked hard for your money. Some people just inherit it. Some people just fall into it. But not me. I've been working since 1973, and I had to work for my money. You think I'm going to put my money into something that yields 0.6 for the year? Hell no. I'm showing you here, no strings attached, how to get a safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. I can't imagine. If you could get 50% per year working a little bit extra, okay, why would you invest at 0.61? Anyway, let's go back to the charts. Usually when I say no, most people don't like hearing no because they think that they're right. Well, you like the Qs, fine. Stick with them. It pays a little over 0.5% per year. More power to you. Okay, how long is it going to take you to double your money at 0.6% per year? Okay, on it. What's the trading app? This is called Thinkorswim. You can actually go to thinkorswim.com, download this for free, and use it for a short period of time, no charge. And if you want to continue using it, you have to go to Charles Schwab and open up an account. Okay. If you're so confident in your trading strategy, then why don't you have a PWM firm? What the heck is a PWM firm? What the hell is that? Okay, Rogue wants to look at AMD. AMD, Advanced Micro Division. No, don't they have like no dividends? AMD. Yeah, they have no dividends. So AMD's a no. Sorry. Okay, user 681966 blah blah blah. You already did the Qs. Tucker, you like your logic? What about my earnings? I earn plenty. Don't worry about me. Okay, M. We already looked at M. Walgreens, Kohl's. No sound. We gotta get that figured out. Okay. Young man, TSL. What the heck is TSL? What are we looking at? Oh yeah, advanced micro divisions. They don't have any dividends, so why would I be looking? Hold on. Hello, hope you're doing well, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. Hope you're doing well. You'd be able to see 30-year bond yield on that chart time frame constant. Yeah, no thanks. I've never seen a single bond that pays over 40%. So why would I start looking now? Unless you know of a bond that pays between 20 and 50%, I have no desire to even think of it. Sorry, they just don't. Okay, so if I'm getting 50% every single year for more than 15 consecutive years, why would I look at something that doesn't even come close? I'm just curious. And I have no problem. I'll take your word for it. But show me. Show me a bond that pays more than 20 to 30% per year. I don't do bonds because they don't pay enough. I don't do cryptocurrency. It's unstable. I don't do Forex because I don't want to sit in front of the computer all day. I don't do day trading because I have better things to do with my time. Sorry, this is, you guys can suggest all you want. Okay, I am perfectly fine with what I'm doing. That's a yes, way to go. I am perfectly fine with what I'm doing. I'm just sharing my trading strategy. If you think you can sway me from my trading strategy, well, you better come up with something really good. Because I've been doing this long enough that I haven't seen anything that is simple, predictable, and consistent with minimal risk. All right. So user, and he has no name, says, why don't I have a PWM firm? I have no idea what that is. Which one are you on now? We were looking at AMD, but it doesn't fit. Is Forex worth trading? What are your options if it's a move? Yeah, I don't do Forex. Okay, Forex, I'd have to sit in front of the computer all day and I have no idea. No desire to do that whatsoever. AMD, we looked at that? No. Qs, we looked at that? No. You like my logic? Cool. What about my earnings? Well, what about my earnings? You got to be more specific with your questions. Thank you. Please explain copy trading. I have no exact idea of what you mean by copy trading. Okay, you got to be more specific with some of your questions. Toy OF. What the heck is Toy OF? But before we do Toy OF, let's do Ford because Prod by Sala. I have no idea. Some of these names. Why can't it just be Tim? Tim Taylor or Fred Smith or Tom Roberts or Sheila Young. Something simple and easy. What's your recommendations for Forex traders? Don't do it. Don't do it unless you know it. Unless you're really good at it. All right, so Ford. Here we go. Ooh, Ford had a little bit of a drop today. Whoops, let's go back. Hold on a second. Okay. Let's take a look at all the numbers for Ford. First thing, as always, where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? And what direction is it going? Well, it seems to be going sideways. And I hate saying sideways because stocks don't go sideways. They go up and they go down. That's all they do. All right, so currently 1045. The closest one is going to be the 1050s. Now this week we have 2 days left, Thursday and Friday. So we're not going to look at this week's numbers because we only have 2 days of time value. I want 5 days. Now understand what makes up an option. Part of an option is time value. So weekly options, Monday to Friday, that's the most amount of time. Hakuna, how are you today? How are things in Sweden? Okay. I want the most time value for my time. I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We went to work first thing Monday morning. We got paid Friday afternoon. Okay, so here with my trading first thing Monday morning, I do all my trades. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I just glance at them to see if they're all profitable and which direction they might be going. And then on Friday at 3 o'clock, well, I examine all my trades and I make adjustments before the market closes. Because I want to be back into cash on the following Monday so I can do it all over again. Okay, I find it to be a very nice way of working and contributing to society. Okay, so I jump in at 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday. Okay, and I am done at 3:30, 4 o'clock on Friday. Only about less than an hour a day. That's all I'm doing. And I'm making more for 1 hour a day than I used to working. So it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. And every night I come and I share here with you good folks. That being said, Ford at 10:45, next week's 10:50s, because 10:50 is the closest. Vishal, NCLH is a good stock. It might be going for an ATH, longer term time frame. One final request before I go to sleep. I've never heard of NCLH, so more than likely NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line, interesting. Well, let's see how consistent they are with their dividends. NCLH. Dividends only. Oh, well, look at that. That's why I've never heard of it. There are no dividends in the selected time period. So if my channel is all about dividend investing for weekly cash flow, why would I possibly look at a company that does not have any dividends? Sorry, dude, but that's a no. Sorry. If it has no dividends, it's a no. Okay, so let's go back to Ford. Okay, so if I want to buy Ford tomorrow morning, I can pay $10.45. Now, if I want to sell it to somebody else and collect a premium and get that little cash flow rolling, well, number one, do I like Ford? That's a very important question. Number two, do I like Ford at this price? Now, if I buy it here, the closest strike price to the 10.45 is going to be 10.50, and that's going to pay 16 cents per share. Now, 16 cents per share may not sound like a lot, but we're looking at percentages, not dollar amounts. Okay, so if you tell me you make $10,000, $20,000 a week, I'm going to say, yeah, big deal. What is your rate of return on your invested dollar? Okay, so if I tell you I make $5,000 a week doing this in 15 minutes a day, it sounds impressive. But if I'm starting out with, with $1 billion and only making $5,000 a week, well, that rate of return is crappy. I'm good, thanks. Hope you are too. Is that a new TV? Yes, it is. I knew it. It's a little bit smaller than the last one, but the clarity is so much better. Such clarity. Love it. I still got the big TV over here. I have no idea what to do with it. All right, so Ford, I like it because I like Ford. She's been around for over 100 years. Seen a lot of crap. Okay, here's the high of the year, 1489, and that was in the middle of July. The bottom was a couple of weeks ago on the 5th of August, and that was 949. All right, so from the low of the year, 949, she went up, pulled back, went up, now she's pulling back again. What do you think she's going to do next? Well, more than likely, based on historical performance, she's going to come back down to a certain point, somewhere around here, between the 950, 10, 1050, somewhere in that area, turn around and go back up again. Now, you may think you missed it. You may think, oh, I'm not going to be bothered with it. Well, I am. I'm going to wait a week or two for this thing to hit its bottom, turn around, go back up, and then I'm going to jump back in again. Because all stocks do is they go up, and then they come down, and then they go up, and then they come down. Now, if you're looking for big moves, well, you're in the wrong place. I have no desire whatsoever for capital appreciation. Now, capital appreciation is where you buy something, and you look at it for years, waiting for it to go up enough to sell for a profit. Well, you're in the wrong place if that's what you're looking for. I'm looking to get just at 1% every single week. Safely, consistently, predictably, in no way that I could possibly lose. Now, there's certain rules that come along with that logic. Number one, never buy something you don't understand. Number two, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose. Number three, make sure the company is consistently profitable. I like to go directly to the dividends because the dividend is a portion of the profits given back to the investors. And if that increases consistently every year, well, logic, reason, and common sense tells me that the company's got to be consistently profitable in order to do that. It's kind of cheating because I have no desire to read all those quarterly reports, all those annual reports, all that. I have no desire whatsoever. If they paid 15 cents a share last year, well, this year they're going to pay more. It is that simple. Higher and higher and higher every single year. That's what I'm looking for. It's really not that difficult. There's plenty of them out there. There's 9,668 companies, somewhere around there, every single day that I can choose from. But I only look at 10 or 15 a week because that's all I am interested in. I'm looking at consistency in profits. That's it. Number one, consistency in profits. Number two, weekly options. Between those two criteria, it takes out 97% of everything else in the stock market. I'm only looking at 3%, that small little window, because it's my money and I want my money to be safe. And this is my prerequisites: consistently profitable and weekly options. It's not that difficult. Consistent profits and weekly options. All right. That's Ford. What's next? TOYOF. What the heck is that? TOYOF. No options. No. What part of weekly options did you not get? When I say weekly options, this has no options at all. So you can all say it with me. 1, 2, 3. That's a no. No options. That's a no. Mike, SQM. What the hell is SQM? SQM. Really? That's a no. When I say weekly options, this is monthly. Automatically a no. Okay, Jeremy, I have no idea what you mean by copy trading. Krausen, AGNC. How do you feel about that? Well, I like AGNC, but let's take a look at the numbers. AGNC. Now, AGNC is on my list. Why even talk about dividends less than 8 to 10% yield? Well, here's an interesting question for you. Why are you talking about anything that has less than 30% yield? Okay, I have no desire to look at anything that has an annual rate of return. I'm looking for a weekly rate of return. Total different conversation. Okay, you want to look at 8 to 10% yield or higher? Hey, more power to you. I like 40 to 50% yield. That's what I like. 1% a week is more than 50% per year. Only thing I like to do. Sorry, you want to buy something that gives you a 10% yield or 15% yield, more power to you. Not what I'm looking for. Okay, so AGNC. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Clear to see the direction it's currently going. Now this is the direction for the year. It's currently going to the upside. All right, fine. Let's see what we can manipulate it for. The current price is 1042. The closest strike price is going to be 1050. The 1050s is going for 3 cents. Let's all say this together. That's a no. That's not 1%. Hell no. Now don't get me wrong. I like AGNC. No sense even looking at the chart if the numbers aren't giving me 1%. Okay, so this week it's 2 cents. Yeah, no. Okay, next week it's 3 cents. Yeah, no. Sorry. Let's go. Keep on moving. Jeremy, but normally you watch as trusted person trade and you reproduce it, but don't work through DM. Yeah, that works. Toyota. All right, Kenny, I already looked at Toyota. It's a no. All right, user 31, 36, 51, 62, 15, 597. If you can find me a good, decent stock that you like that fits into the parameters in which I'm looking for, no problem whatsoever looking at it and giving you my opinion. But this is what I'm looking for. I don't care about the yield. I honestly don't care about whatever the yield is. I care about the consistency of the profitability. Okay, I don't care if they have a $2 profit, a $5 profit, a $15 million profit. Profit is profit. And if a company is consistently profitable for more than 2 decades, well, I want to take a look at it. And I want to make sure it has weekly options, because weekly options gives me weekly cash flow. So however much money you think I have to be able to do here and do nothing, yeah, you're wrong. I have enough to pay my bills on a monthly basis. I make 1% a week consistently, and that allows me to pay all my bills. Do I need more than that? No, I don't need it. But if I get it, fine. But you get to a certain point where you retire and money brings on a total different meaning. Okay, so whatever you do for a living, at some point when you retire, all that money, all your investments, is going to have to pay your bills. You either have it or you don't have it. You either have to go continue working or go live with your children. However you want to do it. All right. Some strange reason, Mr. Kenny's not quite getting the idea that I already looked at Toyota, and it's a no. Own it. M-I-T-T. I never even heard of that. M-I-T-T. Oh, Jesus freaking Christ, dude. No. All right. Reviews by Patrick. Get me in here. Patrick, if you could explain a little bit better, be more than happy to oblige, but I have no idea what we're talking about. Reviews by Patrick. Okay, Patrick, you should get me in here. I have no idea what you want. You want me to actually invite you on the live so that you can give me your opinions? First off, I have no idea who you are. This is the first time I've seen your name. I'm pretty good at names. Okay, I know that Bama Redneck is here all the time. Okay, I know Own It has been here a few times. Reviews by Patrick, you're new here. Okay, Angel Gabriel, he's been here for a while. You're new, I have no idea who, and I don't invite anybody to speak live until I have a conversation with them. Because I have no desire to talk about cryptocurrency. I have no desire to talk about Amway. No desire to talk about politics. I honestly don't care what's happening on the other side of the world. Really, I don't. Okay? So, if you give me a better idea of what it is you're looking for, ask a better question, you'll get a better answer. Okay, Angel Rolls Royce is nice. You actually got to give me the ticker symbol, because I've never traded Rolls Royce, because apparently they don't have what I'm looking for. Where are we? All right. Oh, it's okay. Kenny Smith. I already looked at Toyota. I already said no. I don't know how many times you want me to say no, Kenny. Can somebody please explain to Kenny Smith? I already looked at Toyota. Toyota is a no. Advanced Micro Divisions. Yep, we already looked at that one too. It's a no because they don't have any dividends. What do I think about dividend pricing model? Well, you're going to have to ask an even better question than that, Patrick. Because the trading strategy I am showing you was created for a 9-year-old. My daughter, when she was 9 back in 2008, she said, Daddy, can you teach me to trade just like you? I said, sure. Let me figure it out. So, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. That's the trading strategy I came up with. 5 simple rules. Never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Weekly options are a must. And then double check the numbers. Actually, that's simple. Adults, that are people over the age of 9, have a tendency to make it confusing and mess things up. What do you think about the dividend pricing model? Okay, Patrick, you really got to give me better questions. I have no idea which dividend pricing model you're talking about. FTX, how you doing? Back again. I remember you. Low-rated municipals do. Okay, Patrick. I'm going to ask you again, Patrick. More specific questions. If you want to take a look at a specific stock, not a problem. Okay? Kenny, please stop the Toyota thing. I already told you 3 times. No. Would you take the money out if you make 50% per year? Ryan, I'm retired. I gotta live somehow. Somehow my bills got to get paid. What do you think? What? Eventually, you're going to have to take whatever money you have, pay the mortgage, pay the electric bill, pay the cable bill, pay the phone bill, put gas in the car, buy food. Okay, when you retire, I'm not going to collect a paycheck. So where's that money going to come from? Well, the money comes from my investments. I make 1% per week. That pays my bills. Okay, that just so happened to come to over 50% per year. Why would I take it out? I take it out because I have to live on that money. How the FAO charming coming along? I have no idea what FAFO means. Oh. Yep, FTX got a new TV screen. Do you have monitors? Yes, I do. Wheeling options. Yeah, I know what that is. I don't do that here. I only teach one trading strategy only. After you perfect this one, after you perfect 50% per year and you want to add something else to it, more power to you. Okay? I've been teaching the same strategy for 15 years. I'm not changing it for anyone. I grew up in a time, the 60s, 70s, and 80s. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plain and simple. Okay, Kenneth, if I see Toyota one more time, I'm blocking you. Okay? I already told you no 5 times on Toyota. How's the FAFO chart coming along chart? What the heck is FAFO? FAFO. Yeah, I can't even find that symbol. That's a no. Ivan, USB. I like USB. USB. Now, USB, I believe, is on Warren Buffett's list. So that's why it's on my list. It's good enough for old Warren. It's good enough for me. So first thing I want to see, always, where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? In which direction is it currently going? Well, it's currently going to the upside. Cool. The price at this moment, 44.75 was the close of the day. So tomorrow I can buy it at 44.85. The closest strike price to 44.85 is 45. The 45 for this week, 22 cents. It's about 0.5% for 2 days. It's not that bad for 2 days. Next week, 31. Yeah, it might be better to buy this week's and sell this week's and then roll it into next week's and pick up a little bit more. But it's nice numbers. I like those. So let's take a deeper dive into the chart itself to see if it's the right time. Now, just because the numbers work and we're getting over 1%, okay, it's still going to come down to, is it the right time? Remember I said when the numbers work, what can I buy it for? What's the closest strike price? What can I sell that for? What rate of return is that? And is it profitable over 1%? All right, so let's take a close look. A year ago, we're at 33.49. The bottomed out at the end of October at 30.42. That's the bottom of the year. The top of the year was a couple of weeks ago. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. Okay, so here are the last 30 days for U.S. Bancorp. 30 days ago, we're at 45.50. Shoots up. There's our high of the 30 days. Okay, now what? 48. Then she drops all the way down here to 43. So from 48 to 43 is a $5 drop. The $5 drop on a $48 stock is a little over 10%. A 10% drop, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of people saying, whoa, 10% drop, I want to jump in and buy some. Exactly what happened. They raised up to here. Now they're saying, all right, we got the profits, let's take them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 days to the downside. I personally would wait for it to find a bottom somewhere around here. So the next 4 or 5 days should be a new 30-day bottom. So we're going to put this down for next week in case we find the bottom, because I like to buy at the bottom. See here? There's a bottom. 2 days to the upside, this is where I like to jump in. 2 days to the upside, I jump in, take my 1% profit. Thank you very much. I'll see you again on another day. That's it. So USB I'm going to put down for next week. USB. We got quite a bit of stocks to look at next week. All right. Young man, SOXL, no. Forex is a big no. Bullish or bearish tomorrow? Yes. Hector, copy trading is imitating the investments of a trader. Yeah, that was my assumption. I don't do that. But if you guys want to copy my trades, that's more power to you. Hollywood, what's happening? Rick Bruner, what's going on? Andrea, hi James. See that awesome MU jump after hours? I took it. Oh, awesome for you. Way to go. Joe Sullivan, what's happening? Now, Andrea, you do know that doesn't happen all the time. It does happen, and when it does, well, it's great. But it doesn't happen all the time. Now, Drew, when you're asking me bullish or bearish tomorrow, what stock are you talking about specifically? Because there's 9,664 different stocks out there. Okay, money doesn't disappear, it trades hands. Okay, when one side of the market is up, the other side is down. And then vice versa. Money just transfers from one side to the other. It doesn't disappear. MU jumped, yep, like crazy. Yep. Can we look at Heinz? It's on the way down. Andrea, KHC. Kraft Heinz, yes, it is on the way down. So let's take a quick gander. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Here's the current direction. It's kind of just going sideways. Do you have a vid we start on or come every day and catch up? Yeah, it's best to just come every day and catch up. I do have videos. I've had videos all the way back to 2012. So I'm not new to this. You're just finding it here because somebody showed me how to do a live show. So I have, 2 TikTok channels, 2 YouTube channels, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, and what's that other one? I'm trying to figure out LinkedIn and Truth Social, but they're a little challenging to get in. All right, NCLH is a no, thank you. So we're currently on Heinz. Let's stay with Heinz. Now, for those of you who don't know, KHC, Kraft Heinz, Kraft macaroni and cheese, Heinz ketchup, Heinz 57 sauce. Yeah, big company. Anyway, over 100 years old, has over 5 decades of increased dividends. It means every single year, higher and higher and higher dividends. This, when it comes across my desk, is a no-brainer. However, the premiums are not always that great. So the current price, $34.75, we'll be looking at the 35s. The 35s are going for 7 cents for this week. Yeah, no. Next week, 19 cents. Yeah, no. Okay, now I've only traded Heinz ketchup maybe once or twice over the years because the premiums are not that great. Okay, she's been in business for over 100 years. They don't need to be. It's one of those companies. Andrea, my buddy bought 400 shares when I put him on it, but I'm in something else at the money. Okay. Hector, good. USB has a, okay. Does or have 20 increase. Okay. MITT. Didn't we look at MITT? MITT. Wasn't it a no? Yeah, it was a no 5 minutes ago. It's a no again. All right, Kenny, I told you. I don't want to see Toyota again. Okay, Bamaranek, EX dividend date, end of September. If you want to capture some dividends, haven't checked. Okay, cool. Try Schwab AI. Yep, Toyota. So, question: do you buy 100 shares weekly into a stock you want to sell a covered call? Yeah, for every covered call you want to do, you need 100 shares or more. Okay, 100 shares, 1 contract. 200 shares, 2 contracts. 500 shares, 5 contracts, so on and so forth. I got a $100 BABA call for October 1st. Okay, I don't know if you bought it or if you sold it. I have no idea what that means. I mean, I understand the sentence. I just don't understand the context behind the sentence. Ray, hey James, hope all is well. Okay. Can you go over one of your top 15 stocks and their weekly opt? I'm going to assume opportunity. Gallant, Intel. Okay, so Ray, let's take a look at Intel. I like Intel. Intel, INTC. Intel, here we go. You ready? Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now, and look at the direction it's going. Okay, she went up, pulled back, went sideways for a bit, dropped down, went sideways for a bit, dropped down, went sideways for a bit. Now she's going to the upside. Simple. Look at this is the 1-year chart. Doesn't tell us where it's going for the next couple of days, but it does tell me enough that I want to do. Sweetest, how are you doing today? And Joe, what is that? Joe Necco, how's it going? All right. So currently, 23.91. The closest strike price is going to be the 24. Okay, so the 24 this week, 33 cents. That is more than 1% for 2 days. Okay, we have Thursday and Friday. So if I buy it first thing tomorrow morning, 23.91, I can sell this week's, see, September 27th, 24 call strike for 33 cents. 33 cents is more than 1%. Okay, so I can get 1% for 2 days. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Unfortunately, most of my money's tied up, so I don't have any extra money. All my positions have been filled. I buy Monday, and I sell Monday, and then I wait and see how it plays out on Friday. So all my money is tied up. I get no problem with that whatsoever, because the following Monday, I do it again. The following Monday, I do it, I keep doing it every Monday. All right, so let's take a look at Intel. All right, Ray, I like Intel. Let's take a look at the numbers. Now, if I want to do it tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I like it at 24. We've already decided that. So let's actually do one. Okay, let's go. First thing I want to do is I want to change the trading strategy. That's right here. Okay, where it says spread single. I'm going to click on that. These are all the different trading strategies there are. My suggestion is ignore them all except for the covered call, the covered stock. That is the safest one there, the covered stock. That's where you buy the stock. You sell somebody the rights to buy it from you for the exact same price. So if I buy it at $23.91, I sell it to someone 24, and I collect that premium. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, covered stock. I click on that, and as soon as I click on it, everything's going to change. See? Now, the price we agreed on was 24. So here's the 24 right here. Now I want to buy it. Okay? Ask is what I can buy it for. Bid is what I can sell it for. So I am buying it at the 24. So I want to click here. Okay, I want to click here, buy it at the 24. Here's the order that pops up. Now, I have mine automatically set to buy 1,000 shares and sell 10 contracts. So it's 100 shares per contract. So 1,000 shares is 10 contracts. You can change this. You can change it to 500 shares, 5 contracts, 200 shares, 2 contracts, 30,000 shares, 30 contracts, so on and so forth. Figure out what works for you. I'm just going to leave it at 10 to give you an idea because the percentages are always the same. Now I'm going to change it from limit order to a market order because I want it to fill instantly. Now when I take a look at the actual trade, here it is. First thing I want to do is read it out loud so I understand what it is I'm doing, because one of the biggest mistakes beginner traders make, hitting the wrong button. I know it sounds juvenile, immature, and greenhornish, whatever you want to call it. But here we go. I'm going to buy 10 covered calls of Intel. 27 September 24. That's this coming Friday. The $24 call strike on Intel at the market to open means I'm opening up 2 orders. I'm opening up a stock order. I'm buying 1,000 shares. I'm opening up an options order. I'm selling 10 contracts. The next line, the break even, 23.56. So currently the price is $23.91. So by Friday afternoon, okay, it's 2 days, Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, if it is above 23.56, anything over 23.56 is profits. Anything below 23.56, well, I start losing money. Well, I actually don't start losing money until I sell at a loss, which I have no intention on doing. Okay, so next line, maximum profit. Remember where I said I want simple, predictable, and consistent. It's telling me exactly what I'm going to make before I even do the trade. So if I'm making $435 on a $23 stock, here's where the math comes in. Take out your trusty old calculator. Okay, clear this out of there. First thing I want to do is put in the profit. The profit is 435. Let me get out of the way. 435. Now, what is my rate of return? To figure out the rate of return, you take the profit, 435, and you divide it by how much money you have on the line. Well, this particular trade, 23,571. That's a little intimidating. Go for 200 shares, go for 300 shares, go for 500 shares, whatever is comfortable for you. We're looking for the rate of return. Doesn't mean anything, just the rate of return at the moment. So I'm going to divide it by what I'm paying, 23,571, 23,571, and that's going to give me my weekly rate of return, which for 2 days, Thursday and Friday, this trade right here is a 1.8% trade. That's almost 2% for 2 days. Okay, so if you've never done anything like that, well, just give it a try. Now, I insist, people, if you're new, do paper trading first. Paper trading first before you put real money into it. Don't risk real money until you're good at it, until you understand it. That being said, I get no problems whatsoever with a 1.8% return for 2 days. And it's Intel. I like Intel. It's on my list. So that's a trade. Okay, you wanted to see one of my top stocks and you wanted to see how the trade worked. Well, there it is right there. Now, this is being recorded, so you can go anytime you want to YouTube and watch this over and over again to see how it actually plays out. Let's get out of there. Let's delete that. Let's change this back to single. Let's go back over to here. And let's look at something else. Okay, great. I hope that helped you out. Andrea, James, maybe you should start the call with, please check the stock that you are asking me to look at. The only problem I get with that, Andrea, is when I start at 9, people come, people go, people come, people go, people come, people go. So people that are here now probably weren't here an hour ago. No nickname, you're back again. Of course, unless there's another person named No Nickname. Hey, No Nickname, you want to take a look at Siri. I like Siri. I bought Siri last week. I don't have any Siri this week, though, because I made my money on Siri last week, so I have no reason. SIRI. All right, Siri, here we go. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. And here's the current direction in which it's currently going. All right, I like buying a company at the bottom because you're going to make your most money buying low and selling high. Not buying high and waiting for it to go higher. Yeah, that doesn't work in my book. Okay, I don't buy high waiting to go higher. All right, that being said, what are the numbers? Now, the numbers for Siri currently $24.10. In case you guys didn't know, it's a little bit of a cue or a clue or an indicator, whatever you want to call it, that the market maker leaves. The closing price, $24.12. That's the last traded price for today, $24.12. Well, tomorrow, the bid, $24.01, the ask, $24.10. They are both lower than the closing price. Usually that means the market maker is going to push the price down tomorrow, usually. So if we zoom in, before we do that, a year ago we're at $40.15. The high was in the middle of December at $57.72. The bottom was last week on the 12th at $22.74. The last 30 days, where are we? Last 30 days, here we go. 30 days ago was the 30-day high. Okay, last week is the 30-day double bottom. She went up 3 days, pulled back 2. Okay, basically, looks like she's not finished going down. I'm going to wait on this one. Now, I did buy it last week, made money on it, sold it last week. This week, the numbers didn't work so good, so we didn't buy it this week. Not that I don't like it. I will look at it again next week, because as you can see, she's going down. I'm looking for the new bottom. Once it finds the new bottom, turns around, goes back up, that's when I'll jump in again. It's just one of those companies that we look at every week. Now I'm going to write Siri down for next week. Oh, it's already written down for next week. That's funny. All right. Then we can move faster. Yeah, Andrea, that's a great idea. Actually, Andrea, what I'm going to do is I'm going to the print shop and have them print me up a sign that goes right up here. Right? Stocks we're interested in. 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. Put a nice big sign right up here. I don't know, maybe people will see it and say, wait a second. You know what I mean? All right, Hood. Eventus watches. Yeah, Hood, which I'm assuming is Robin Hood, they have not been in business for more than 20 years, so it's going to be a no. EL, Line. You want to take a look at Line? Slow and steady wins the race. Yep, you're right about that. So, LINE, never heard of it. So it's going to be a no, right? Monthly. Okay, not weekly. That's a monthly. That's a no. Now, you can complain, bitch, and moan all you want. I haven't really seen a monthly that works for me. Which means a monthly, I would have to get 4 or 5% per month, and they usually don't pay that much. They pay between 1 and 3. 1 and 3 just not working for me. Ivan, USB is on the list, but the premium is not 1%. Maybe it will be Monday. Yep. All right, Orchestra Afinki. Afinki? I don't know. What about Bitto? Bitto's an ETF, and it's attached to Bitcoin. Usually it's going to be a no. Now, I did have Bitto early during the year. We were experimenting with calendar spreads. Okay, I'm not going to go into that here, but Bitto is going to be a no. Okay? Yeah, I was in it at 32. Look where it is now, 19. Yeah, no thank you. All right, let's keep on going. Holy cow, I have 80 more questions. I missed that. Bought 100 shares at start. History. EQIX. Mateo Jose. EQIX. Yeah, it's going to be a no. All right, Venture Holdings. We already looked at Walgreens. Yep, Wade. We already looked at Walgreens earlier. But maybe hold till Monday. Do a covered call. It could be AT&T versus T-Mobile. AT&T is going to be a no. I missed all these questions. Oh boy. All right, here we are right here. Donkey Man, VVR. Holy cow, what the heck is VVR? And if I have to say what the heck is what, it's usually going to be a no. Okay, it has no options. No. VVR, no. AT&T, we already looked at AT&T. Okay, it's at the high of the year. That's going to be a no. I don't buy at the high of the year. I wait for it to pull back, then I will take a look at it. Until then, AT&T's a no. T-Mobile, TMUS. That's going to be a no also. Look at it. Exact same spot at the high of the year. No thanks. Best dividend stock. So far this year, it's Macy's, Nordstrom's, and Kohl's. I'm Erica. This is my new account. Hello, Erica, because the other one got banned. Wonder why that is, Erica. 1% return on capital per week. How much capital in percentage do you deploy per trade? Obelix Boar Hunter. Obelix Boar Hunter. Cool name. I have no idea what it means, but all right. 1% per week. Well, let's say, hypothetically speaking, a $100,000 account 1% per week is going to be $1,000 per week. Okay, $1,000 per week. Well, if it's a $100,000 account, I want to have 4 or 5 positions, which means 4 positions, 25%, 25%, 25%. 5 positions, 20%, 20%, 20%, so on and so forth. Hey, Mandy. Is that right, Mandy? Mandy, how are you today? All right, so when I say that, 1% per week, if you have 10,000, 1% of 10,000 is $100. 1% of $100 is $1. 1% of a million is 10,000. However you want to do the numbers, 1% is 1%. MSFO. E-Man, I have no idea what MSFO is. Okay, no is what it is. Can everybody say it with me? That's a no. When I say monthly, okay, this is monthly is a no. I'm looking for weekly. Monthly, I can do it 12 times a year. Now, I didn't go to college, so I might not be as educated as some of you. But I do know that 52 checks are better than 12. Okay, I did not need to go to college. I did not need to get in huge, student loan debt to figure out that 52 paychecks are better than 12. Terribly sorry. The numbers just don't work with monthlies. I just don't like them. Are you using margin? Milton, I have 6 different accounts. Okay, 2 or 3 of them are on margin. The other ones are all cash. Okay, Milton, and can you talk about risk reward? Yep. What Milton wants to talk about is risk reward. Okay, I look at risk reward a little bit differently. Okay, there is risk in everything you do. If you decide to stay in bed and not get out of bed in the morning, well, you risk a plane crashing into your house. You risk a tree falling down on your house. You risk someone coming in and robbing you while you're in bed. There are a lot of risks. If you decide to get out of bed, well, you run the risk of stepping on something as you get out of bed, tripping and falling. That's another risk. As you walk out your door, well, you're risking a whole bunch of other shit. There's risk in everything you do. Now, if you want to talk about risk reward in direct relation to investing, well, here you go. You're going to buy something, it's going to drop to the floor. Adversely, you're going to buy something and it's going to shoot to the roof. You're also going to buy something and it's going to go absolutely nowhere. Okay, it's just part of the game. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. This is why I look for companies that are consistently profitable. It means every year they pay higher and higher dividends because they're consistently, say it with me, they're consistently profitable. If they're doing a good job, if they're making money every year, that's where I want to put my money. Now, something like MSFO, never heard of it. No freaking clue what they do. So why am I looking at it? It has a monthly option. Monthly options just don't work for me. If you like them, more power to you. I don't. Is that right? KC Royals. Chevron, huh? CVX? I like Chevron. So, Chevron, here we go. Gotta go this way. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. And what direction is it going? Well, for the first part of the year, she went up. After a big drop, she started to go up. Now she's going down. All right, that's for the year. Where are we at this current moment in time? 143.97. Well, I can buy it at 144.10 come tomorrow morning. The closest strike price is going to be the 144s. So this week it's 90 cents, 93 cents. Not worth it. Next week it's $1.81. Well over 1%. That's what I'm looking for. I know who Chevron is. I know what they do. They've been around for a long period of time. So the question is, do I like Chevron? Do I like Chevron at this price? What are they giving me? Well, if I buy it at the current price, 144.10, sell the 144, I can get 181. That's well over 1%. So let's take a look at the chart to see if it's the right time to buy. Just because the numbers work and I can get my 1%, great. But is it the right time? I don't want to buy it at the high and I don't want to buy it at the low. I want to buy it at the right time. Now, numbers don't lie, charts don't lie. Here's the high. Here's the low. You argue all you want, but facts are facts. That's the high, this is the low. Okay, so a year ago we opened up at 167.33. The high of the year, 171.78, and that was at the end of September of last year. From there, had a big drop, went sideways for a bit, nice movement to the upside. Okay, the last 30 days, here we are. Okay, really not that difficult to see this. Okay, if you're familiar with a teeter-totter or a seesaw, you know, you have one person on one end, person on the other end, it goes up, it goes down, up, down. That's what stocks do. Okay, 30 days ago, here we are, 30-day high. Okay, drops down to the 30-day bottom. I love this kind of a move. 30-day top, 30-day bottom, bounces up, makes a new high here. Now she's coming back down again. It's actually that easy. Okay, down, up, down. Because when it gets to a certain point, you're going to have people like me, and there are other people here in the audience, say, hey, it goes up 5 or 10%, I'm going to take my profits. Because here's a secret that many of you may or may not know. It's not a profit until you take it. And then, nobody ever went broke consistently taking profits. I mean, that's just so freaking logical. It's common sense. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. If I take a 1% profit every single week, I'm not going to go profit. I'm not going to go broke. Twine, I hear you, brother. It makes sense. And it's something they just don't teach anymore. Now, for us old folks, over 60, who grew up in the 60s and 70s and 80s, where there was no safe space, no comfort zone, no participation trophy, if it makes sense, it makes sense. If I'm making 1% every single week, well, that's over 50% per year. It's just common sense. And I'm sorry that they don't teach that anymore. Chris, how often do you end up not exiting a position on the day you invest? I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that question, but I buy a stock. When I buy a stock, I have no intention whatsoever losing money on it. None. I will roll it forward. I will move my positions. Okay, now when I say I buy on a Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, well, we take a look at it and we make adjustments here and there. I can't answer questions of tomorrow with the information I have today. So I know what the stocks look like today, but I have no idea what they're going to look like Friday afternoon just before 4 o'clock. Because I jump in at 3 o'clock every Friday to check my positions that I bought on Monday. Because I want to get all set up for the following Monday. Because guess what? Friday's going to come, auctions are going to expire, Monday's going to come, and I'm going to be in the exact same position. What am I going to do Monday? Well, I'll know what I'm going to do Monday when Monday gets here. It's actually that easy. Adrian Z, we already looked at Walgreens. I love consistency. Well, some things I like consistency. Bama Redneck, where can I see them? DVN. Mendmal, 73. DVN, Devon Energy, DVN. Okay, easy to see. The high, the low, where was it, where is it, what direction is it currently going? Wonderful. The current price, $39.85. The closest strike price is going to be the 40. $39.85. Closest strike price, 40. This week it's going for 22. No. Next week, 61. That's 1.5%. Well, that's 1.5%. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the charts. See if it's the right time to buy. So a year ago, 47.47. The high of the year, the middle of April, 55.09. Now the bottom was just a couple of weeks ago. Last 30 days, check it out. Don't you just love a 30-day chart that looks like this? 30 days ago was the 30-day high. She drops down. Here's the 30-day bottom. 2 weeks ago. Okay, not last week, but the week before. There it is right there. The 30-day bottom was on the 11th. Okay? On the 11th, 39.02 was the bottom. So from there she went sideways a bit, went up. Now she pulled back a little bit. She's sitting at 39 at the moment. Okay? So the question, I know who Devon Energy is. I know what they do. Well, currently the stock price is at 39.85. The closest strike price for a covered call is the 40, and that's paying 1.5%. So the question you need to ask yourself: do I like Devon Energy? Yeah, Lisa, I get it. Find her and the fuck out. Yeah. All right. Thanks. All right, Adrian, I'm good with it. I do it on different strategies. 1 month put October. Yep. Okay. Adrian, 2% a week, and usually I buy out when it's a 50% profit, but it dropped. Is SoFi stock a good investment? SoFi is not on the top of my list. Reason being, okay, look at the chart. Here's the chart. Here's the high, the low, blah, 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 773, 776, 750, yep, 8, yep. You're going to make your money there on the covered call. But do you really want to buy that stock? So let's take a look at SoFi. SOFI. Now, I always want to see how consistently profitable they are. And I go straight to the dividends, because the dividend tells me what portion of the profits did they pick, or do they pay out to the shareholders. And if they have, there are no dividends in a selected time frame, well, it's going to be a no, because there's over 9,600 different companies. And if this one's not paying a dividend, why the hell do I want to buy it? I mean, it's a valid question. Ask yourself that question. If the company is not paying a dividend, why do I want to invest in it? Now, I already told you I have no desire whatsoever, and I am not in a position to buy something, let it sit for a couple of years, and wait for it to go up. That's capital appreciation. Sorry, that's a young man's game. Now, for us folks that are retired, well, we want cash flow. And buying something and waiting for it to go up, that's not cash flow. Felix. Hey, James, you say you make adjustments Friday, but what if it gets assigned prior to Friday? Okay, that's an interesting question. Now, let me explain something to you. When I buy a stock on a Monday or a Tuesday, and I sell the covered call and I make my 1%, I'm going to see if you can understand this the first time I say it, but I bet you most of you people won't. Okay, if I buy it on Monday, 776, I sell the $8 strike price, 12 bucks, for 12 cents. Okay, that's 1.5%. That's the premium I collect as soon as I sell the option. So if I'm buying it at 9:30 in the morning, and at 9:31 I sell the option and I collect my 1.5%, Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, somebody buys the stock from me or I get assigned, I honestly, here's the part most people don't grasp, I honestly don't care, because I'm only looking for the premium. I don't care about the stock itself. There's only a few things I care about. Did you go and pick a color for the wall? Yes, I did. I picked yellow. I like yellow. I'm going to paint it yellow. Anyway, as I was saying, when I collect my premium, I honestly don't care what happens to the stock. I check the stock before I buy it. Is it the right time to buy? just because the numbers say that I'm making 1.5%. Well, great, that's wonderful. But what if it's not the right time to buy? Let's take a quick look at this one. SoFi, here's the high, here's the bottom. Last 30 days. Okay, it's pretty plain to see. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. It's pretty plain to see it's coming down. Do I want to buy it while it's coming down? Hell no. Okay, see, I want to buy it when it comes down, hits the bottom, turns around, and starts going back up. That's where I want to buy. There's your bottom, 2 days to the upside. That's where I want to buy. Okay, right now, here's the high. Now it's coming down. I will sit and I will wait for this thing to hit the right space. Now, if I'm looking at it every day, I know what it's doing. I don't look at it during the day. I don't look at the hour chart. I don't look at the minute chart. I don't look at the weekly chart. I look at the daily chart every single day. What has it done today? What did it do yesterday? What did it do the day before? It gives me an idea of where it's going next. Now, there's no guarantee that it's coming down, but it sure heck looks like it is. I understand, James. So Coca-Cola is a stock that will last generations. Well, that's an interesting question. Okay, now, if you think of it this way, I was born in 1964. And guess what they were making in 1964? They were making Coca-Cola. Guess what there was in the soda machine down the street? Coca-Cola. That's 60 years, but here's the thing. They've been making Coca-Cola for over 100 years. Coca-Cola you can buy on almost any continent on the planet, except for maybe Antarctica and the Arctic Circle. I don't know. But Coca-Cola, I don't think it's going anywhere. That's a safe bet. But Coca-Cola premiums usually aren't that good. Mike Chunko, dude, I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. I'm glad you're okay. Commonly used for futures. When I was trading futures, I always used the commitment of traders report. And I'm amazed that I've actually talked to some future traders and they've never even heard of it. I said, what are you kidding me, Felix? What if the call you sell is in the money where the strike price is below the purchase price, like WBA? Okay, Felix, great question. If you've noticed, Felix, I'm here every day, every morning with the morning trading group, because there is a private trading group that trades in the mornings. Okay, and that is a paid service, so that I don't give away for free. But I'm here every morning and I'm here every evening. If a stock is going to make its move, well, I'm going to see it in the morning or I'm going to see it in the evening. And it gives me enough time to do whatever adjustment I need to do in order so that I don't lose any money. Remember, my number one priority is safety. Then you get predictability and consistency. But safety. I have no desire to go back to work. And I don't know how many times I got to tell that to people. I don't want to go back to work. And I don't have as much money as you think I do. I have enough to pay my bills. Now, can I go out and buy a new Lamborghini? No. Can I afford a flight from here to Paris on a private jet? No. You know what I mean? But I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine with where I am. I get to hang out with my kids. I get to go hang out with my grandson. I get to sit around and I sat around and watched TV all day today. It was lovely. I went and played in my garden, planted a few plants. I cleaned out the car. I was going to go to the beach, but I decided not to. I just sat around, did nothing all day. It was lovely. Okay, I'm still 1 year into the retirement thing. Not quite used to it. I feel guilty for not doing anything. Anyway, where can I read more about your strategy? Thank you for sharing this information. Maverick, how are you? That's my grandson's name, Maverick. All right, Maverick, check this out. Are you ready? Are you watching? All right, up here in the bio, right there where it says, my picture right there in the top left corner, this picture of me, it says Dividend Stock Talk. Okay. Now, if you go there, you're going to come to a website, right? The 10-Minute Trader. Now, you can take a look at the 10-Minute Trader, jump on in, take a look, and go deep dive. Look at it's not set up perfectly. You know what I mean? I'm not a internet marketer. I could probably do a little. I could probably make more money if I knew how to do it. I don't. Don't go to the beach tomorrow with Helen. I have no idea who Helen is. So, if you go to the10minutetrader.com, okay, there's a video here, it goes to my YouTube channel. Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, using nothing but...
Well, that's me. Okay, you can go further down. Okay, click on here, and that will take you to all of my social media. Okay, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, podcast. You'll see that I've been online doing this for quite some time. Matter of fact, you go to my YouTube channel. Okay, go to where it says videos. Right there, the 10-minute trader, and there's a picture of me. Okay, where it says videos, and then you click on the oldest videos. I get videos going all the way back to 2012. And here's the little princess.
Which my dad didn't like going that. Hi, I'm Jason, and repeat as you being part of my internet website called Thingy, which my dad didn't like going that. But I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting...
Hey, there's me in 2012. Now, my daughter in 2012 was 11 years old. Okay, we started trading when she was 9. Okay, and it wasn't in 2012 we started uploading videos to YouTube. So I have videos going all the way back to 2012 showing the exact same thing that I'm showing you now. You just so happen to be finding it now. All right? Now, because technology back then, it was a pain in the butt, but I did it anyway. When I first started trading, it was $125 per trade. So if I wanted to buy something, it was $125 to buy it. And then when I wanted to sell it, it was $125 to sell it. That's $250 to buy and sell one thing. Well, nowadays, you guys get free trades. Big difference between now and then. But yeah, you can go back to my YouTube channel and you can see dozens upon dozens of videos. Now, I deleted a bunch of them over the years, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I did anyway. All right, so let's go back to where we were. Yeah, so Maverick, you can go back. Now, I've also Maverick. Well, I don't know if I showed it. Right here, books by James. James has written 14 books. Okay? Oh, there they are. See them? The Dividend Aristocrats, Top Dividend Stocks, Retire with $1 Million, Trading with Dividends, the 10-Minute Trader book, Dividend Kings, Dividend Capturing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, a lot of them. Now, believe it or not, book number 14, I finished it back in January. I still haven't uploaded it yet. That's probably the best book to buy because it's updated. Oh, Honey Badger wants to take a look at Aflac. Y'all hit the heart button. Okay. Aflac. I like Aflac. AFL. Okay, unfortunately, Honey Badger, Aflac's going to be a no for this week. Take a look at where it is. It's at the high of the year. Okay? I don't like high of the year because it's like standing on a ladder waiting for someone to bring you a taller ladder. It just doesn't work for me. If you like it, great. You want to buy it at the high and wait for it to go higher, more power to you. Okay, I like buying it low. See it? Where it goes up, pulls back. That's where I like to buy. However, look at all this space. The low was $75. High, it's currently at $109. That's a $35 increase, which is just about a 50% increase. The low of the year was in February at $75. Now it's at $109. That's about a 50% increase in 6 months. Okay, there are going to be profit taking, and then it's going to drop down. Once it drops down, then I'll take a look at it. At this moment in time, it's going to be a no. And as a matter of fact, I'll write Aflac for 3 weeks from today. All right, there you go, Aflac. Aflac, no, that's not baby oil stocks. Rich Buren, I know, trying to clarify the question from another. All right, Adrian, remember the fundamental outlook for Walgreens is not very favorable. Yeah, Adrian, I get that. However, Andrea did a nice report on Walgreens a while ago. I'm going to upload that and for people to take a look at. Pretty sure it's baby oil. No, Aflac is not baby oil. Terribly sorry. Aflac is insurance. DVN. Man, we already looked at DVN. Dawn, you want to take a look at Triple Y? I never heard of it. And usually something I've never heard of is usually going to be a no. Oh, imagine that. Look at that. Monthly. No. Oh, we can all say it together. No. Alright. Hey, Club Med Tom, back again. I'll get out of it soon. I don't see it going away. Someone will buy them. Yeah, eventually they will. Club Med James, please walk steps of what happens when a call is not filled on a Friday. Now, Tom, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. Okay, so usually when I buy a stock on a Monday or Tuesday and I sell the option, well, what happens on Friday, we take a look at it to see what position it looks like. What is the best thing we should do to be back into cash on a Monday to be able to keep continuously rolling that 1% per week. So, now I can't really answer the question until I actually have an example in front of me. I like Wings and stock, they pay dividends. I never heard of them. Sorry, dude. Now, I only like stocks that have paid dividends for more than 20 consecutive years and increased every single year. Now, there are companies that paying dividends for 20 years, but they don't increase. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Yeah, that's not consistency. Okay, I don't like that. I only do ones that are consistently profitable and consistently increase every year. All right. So, Tom, if I buy the stock at 155.07 and I sell off the 155s, come Friday, the stock, if it's at 154.99, it's not going to be exercised. I will take that stock into next week. If it is 155.01, I will not have it next week because the market maker will take it. Either the person. Now remember, when I sell options, I do not buy them. 80% of all options expire worthless. So why would I want to be on the 20% end? I don't. I want to be on the 80% end. 80% of all options expire worthless. I want to sell it. I want it to go to zero. Or I want to buy it back for less than I sold it for. All right, so there's two different ways of doing things. You can buy something and then sell it for profit. Or you can sell something and buy it back for less, and that'd still be a profit. Okay, I get that. Winston, whatever that is. I really honestly, the funny thing is, all right, I don't know how funny it is, but it is realistic. Okay, now, see these companies right here, see the little green dots? These little green dots represents companies that are getting ready to pay their dividend. Okay, there are 12 months in the year, and that is divided into 4 quarters. Quarter 1, January, February, March. Quarter 2, April, May, June. Quarter 3, July, August, September. Quarter 4, October, November, December. Okay, these companies pay a dividend every 90 days. First quarter, they pay. Second quarter, they pay. Third, so on and so forth. So, we got General Electric, Cisco, Comcast, Cardinal Health, John Deere, AIG, Altria, Occidental Petroleum, Nordstrom's, Halliburton, Newmont, Bank of America, General Motors, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, if I buy a stock on a Monday, I want to be out on a Friday. So I do weekly options. I buy Monday, and I hope to be out by Friday. If I'm not out on Friday, I will take that stock into the next week and do the exact same thing. If I'm not exercised or out of it or back into cash by this, I'll do it again. And then I'll do it again. And then I'll do it again. I'll keep doing it until I hit my target. Okay, remember rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Defeats the purpose. Okay, why would I sell at a loss? So, Tom, The questions of Friday afternoon cannot be answered any other day of the week except for Friday afternoon. So whatever I buy it on Monday, I will take into consideration when it's Friday. I'm either going to be back into cash on Monday, the following Monday, or I will take that stock into the following Monday. I'll either sell it for a profit or I won't. It's actually that simple. If the stock goes down, it means I won't sell it, and I'll still take it into the next week. Okay? A pleasure. Ford, we're looking forward. Isn't there a hurricane coming straight after? No. I'm in St. Petersburg. Okay, it kind of went further out west, and now it's going up into the Panhandle. So it's kind of like going around where I am. Yeah, there's going to be some storm surge and some wind blowing, but nothing major. All right, I don't see it going anywhere. Someone will buy it then. Yep. Okay, always a pleasure. Ford, we looked at it. KC Royals, CXM. I never heard of it, but we'll take a look. CXM. Yeah, that's a no. Okay, Bond Jocker. He wrong. I have no idea who he's talking about. My stock portfolio currently generates 7% a year. All right, my stock portfolio generates over 50% a year. I don't know what the point is. Yeah, Redneck, that's right. It's not 50%. He's wrong. What ASTS? ASTS? Yeah, no. ASTS. Okay, it does have weekly options. All right, 3 trade day. Okay, thanks for the knowledge. Dividend is the way to go. I see. All right. Well, it's a little bit more to it than that. It's a little bit more complicated. But anyway, can we look at MDT, Medtronics? Ooh, I like MDT. I'll put it on the list. And we'll get to it. ASTS. Now, it looks like it, okay? It has weekly options. Here's the high, here's the low, blah, blah, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. But before we do that, let's take a look at how consistent are they with their increasing their dividends. For that, I go to Yahoo Finance. Okay, so we're going to put ASTS. And look at that. Amazing. There are no dividends in the selected time period. So why would I be interested in looking at ASTS? Okay, we can all say it. 1, 2, 3. That's a no. Sorry, dude. If it doesn't have dividends, it's a no. Okay, Britain, 7% a year. Doesn't impress me. Terribly sorry. Okay, Bama Redneck. Where are we getting 52%? Well, that's why you learn to sit here Now, I'm not charging you anything to be here. Okay, I'm not looking for anything from you other than a decent, courteous participation in the conversation. You want to take a look at something? I got no problem whatsoever showing it to you. But I would prefer companies that have dividends, that's number one, and weekly options. I prefer 20 years of increased dividends. Okay, so let's see that. Britton Fisher, where are we getting 52%? Okay. Redneck said, listen to James, 1% premium every week. Okay, that works. Mozzie Trades, why did you say that he was wrong? Which area? Yeah, that's poor system of investment. I'm terribly sorry. All fun and games until we get exercised. Well, Britain, I'm thinking getting exercised is the plan. Okay, if I buy something, let's find something interesting. Target, here we go. Target's at 155.07. Okay? Now, here is the thing. Okay, who's this for? Britain? You ready, Britain? 155.07. Argue all you want. I really honestly don't care. 30 days ago, here's your high. Here's your bottom. Here's where we are right now. 155.07. Great. If I buy it at 155, sorry, it's at 157. So if I buy it at 157, the closest strike price is going to be the 157.50, and it's giving me a $1.34. Not quite 1%, but that's besides the point. So if I buy it here on a Monday or Tuesday, come Friday, let's say hypothetically speaking, the stock's at 160, 180, whatever it is. Honestly, don't care. Really, I don't. Because what am I collecting? I'm collecting this premium here. Usually, I will not do a trade unless this premium is 1% or higher. So if the stock gets exercised and called away, that's exactly my plan. Okay, if I only pick companies that have consistently increased their dividends, well, worst case scenario is I'm getting a higher and higher dividend yield every single year. That's worst case scenario. Now, I don't ever trade stocks that don't have weekly options. So whatever the whatever the stock price is, I have the opportunity to sell a strike price against it. So whether I'm at the money, which currently is 134, 5 strikes out of the money, well, it's still 5 cents a share. Do you remember my cow analogy? If I buy a cow and it gives me a gallon of milk, great. Well, what happens if it gives me a half a gallon, a quart, or a pint? Do I get rid of it? No. Same thing with a stock. If I buy a stock and it gives me 1% every week, great. Well, what happens if the stock goes down? I'm only collecting a 0.5%. Do I get rid of it? A 0.5% a week is 24% per year. A 0.25% a week is still 12% a year. If I'm consistently getting higher and higher dividends, well, there's no risk there. Most people buy stocks to hold for decades. And if that's the intention of me going in with a good company and I'm consistently getting higher and higher dividends every single year, well, that's kind of like a no-brainer. But here, we're doubling down. So we're buying a good company, number one. They're increasing their dividends, number two. Number three, they got a current dividend coming up. So when the stock get a dividend coming up, they have a tendency to go up in value. When it goes up in value, yeah, I buy it, I sell it, I get this premium, and it's over 1%. I'm not seeing the issue there. Was that sound a margin call? No, that sound was the emergency broadcast system. I'm in St. Petersburg, which is in the Tampa Bay area. There's a hurricane. There's a hurricane coming in the Gulf, but it's going around us. So the sound you heard was from the emergency broadcast system. All right, fun and games. So we get exercise. At Britain, the idea is to get exercised. That's the whole idea of it. You buy it, you sell it, you get exercise, great, now I'm back into cash. What's wrong with that? So if I buy something this Monday, I get called out on this Friday, well, next Monday I'm back into all cash. What a burden it is to buy another stock and do the exact same thing. Well, I've been doing it for the last 15 years. Now, I've been trading for 20 years, but the first 5 years wasn't really that glamorous. I lost a shitload of money the first 5 years, until my daughter asked me how to do it, and I came up with a strategy for her. And it worked so well, it's like, why do anything else if this works? Okay, I'm also from an age group where one of our mottos is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, so what do we have here? Mass trade. I've been doing it for 6 months, and it's been working great. Okay. That's the point. Yep. What is your experience in the industry? Well, Mazzy trade. Let me ask you a question. If this trading strategy was created for a 9-year-old, and I showed you the video of the 9-year-old.
Tracy and Pete, as you being part of my internet website company, which my dad doesn't like me calling that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks I'll be trading and
Okay, that's who it was created for when she was 9. So Years of experience in industries get absolutely nothing to do with this trading strategy. This trading strategy was specifically created for a 9-year-old. Okay? So, if it works for a 9-year-old, thank God she looks like her mother. Oh, that's a horrible thing to say. And no, she doesn't look like her mother. She looks just like me. Okay? Now I got 3 kids. The oldest and the youngest look just like me. The middle child looks like his mother. Yes, this little princess here, looks just like me. Anyway, that being said, it was, like I said before, it was Britain. It was created, oh, wait a minute, who said, no, Mozzie Trades. Mozzie Trades. It was created for a 9-year-old. It was supposed to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. That's what it was created for, a 9-year-old. Adults have a tendency to make things complicated. Contrarian Trader, LYB, never heard of it. If I've never heard of it, automatically it's going to be a no. I've been doing it long enough to recognize stock symbols. LYB, never heard of it. LYB, yep, light and base, blah, blah, blah. It's a monthly, it's a no. Yeah, right there, check it out. Monthly options means no. Monthly options just don't work for me. I'm not looking to get 12 option checks a year. I'm looking to get 52. I didn't go to college, I freely admit that, but I do know that 52 is better than 12. Okay, what else we got? Sorry about that, dude. Mozzie Trade. What is yours that you copy another influencer name and image? Okay, got that one. Britain. No offense to Intel, but nothing makes me more bearish on it than talking to my friend's dad. I got no idea what you mean by that. But okay, we're all entitled to our own opinions. That's what the wonderful thing about the U.S. is. We can say and do whatever we want. Alright, Ms. Dubs, what's the software that you are using? This is called Thinkorswim. It's not really a software, it is a trading platform. Thanks. Felix, hey James, what are we going to do about Walgreens? I don't know about you. EVRG. Okay, EVRG. What the hell is that? Okay, you got to come up with something. EVRG. Okay, dude, something not quite registering with you. When I say 20 years of increased dividends, I have no idea what you're hearing, but what I am saying is I like 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. If you keep throwing out monthly options to me, companies with monthly options, something is not registering, because monthlies don't work. I don't know how many times you want me to say that. I'm not checking it first. I must throwing tickers with, please don't do that. There's 9,660 some odd companies out there. I don't want to do this all night long. Please check and make sure the company has dividends, number one, and has weekly options, because it's doing nothing but wasting our time. I have a list of great stocks that I've been, see, every time you'll hear me say, oh, I'm going to write that down and check it next week. Well, I've been doing it for months. I'll write it down and see, Tim, what do we got? See, these are all the stocks you guys have me look at. Where are they? Okay, there's a bunch here. Oh, a bunch there. Oh, a bunch there. Look at all those. Bunch there. Oh, a bunch there. Bunch there, so on and so forth. Every single week I write down a bunch of stocks that look good. But you guys ask me questions on things that just don't fit. But I said MDT, Medtronics. Yes, we looked at it already. Do you keep one sheet per week? Yes, I do. Okay, so I have a nice set of stocks that we found 2 or 3 weeks ago. I said, I'm going to look at that in 2 or 3 weeks. So far, we haven't gone over any of them because you guys keep asking me stuff about companies that just don't fit. Okay, if it don't fit, don't do it. JP, what the heck is JP? JP, yeah, that's going to be a no. It has no options. All right. Hi, everybody. Cool beans. I'm sorry. I'm a piece of... I wouldn't say that. I didn't say that. You can interpret it any way you like. Rich Bruner, Walgreens earnings call soon on October 15th. Hope it will turn around. Hello, Kashif. No nickname. Thank you. You got it. As if the t-shirt wasn't a clue. That's a good one. Diana, how are you doing? PHK is a monthly. That's definitely going to be no. SCM is a monthly. But what your thoughts on that one? I'm not even going to bother with it. Bah. I freaking like this guy. Okay, thank you. Wasting his time. Yeah. Okay, you guys come here because you want to see some stocks. I got a whole bunch of them. But you keep asking me questions about things that just don't work. Hold on. I'm missing some. Okay, here we are. I own 500 RN. I have no idea what that means. If not Raytheon, how about Honeywell? Let's hear about some of yours. I will, Adam, as soon as I'm done with all the questions. I don't want people to think I'm ignoring their questions, so I just let them ramble. Hurricane Helene. Oh, so that's who Helene is. Raytheon, isn't it RTX? No. What is Raytheon? You actually have to give me the ticker symbol, dude. Sorry. But Honeywell is HON. Okay, Honeywell 206. Currently, here we go. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is, here's the direction it's currently going. Okay, at 208, the closest strike price is going to be the 207.50. And that's going for 190. That's going to be a no. Sorry. ADBE, that's a no. ABDE. Has no options. Yeah. No, thank you. Apparently you're not listening either. Kentucky Fried Chicken up big post earnings. When to sell is your decision. That's correct. Whoops. Went the wrong way. Okay. Valley, thanks for the info. What platform do you use going live? Oh, platform that I use going live? I use, I use Thinkorswim for my trading. I use OBS for my broadcast system. I use Zoom call for the live trading classes. What else? And that's about it. Okay, for those who are interested in the live trading, that goes through Patreon. Bro, Adobe has no options. You must have typed it wrong. Okay, if Adobe has no options, why am I looking at it? Think about it. If it has no options, why am I looking at it? Okay, Valoreth. Valoreth? Ooh, we have a couple of joiners over here. Compt joined. And Irvin. No, it does have options, is what I'm saying. Well, give me the ticker symbol again. Adobe, it's ADBE, is that right? ADBE. Adobe. Okay, you're right. $517 a share. The 518s, 520s, okay, 520s, okay. Let's see how well Adobe has consistently paid their dividends. ADBE. Adobe. Oh, imagine that. There are no dividends in the selected time period. Now, what did I just finish telling you? If it has no dividends, I don't want to be bothered with it. Yet, you threw it at me anyway. Yeah, Adobe has no dividends. It's going to be a no. Okay, Value Reef. Let's take a look at Nike. NKE. Now, Nike, Here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Currently going to the downside, finds the bottom, bounces off. Look at that big drop. Now, we've been talking about this big drop since the Olympics. We knew that was going to turn around and go back up again. Killing me, shooting down everything. Dude, seriously, check it yourself. Well, I always tell people, don't listen to a damn word I say. Do your own research. If you're doing your own research, you will see certain companies have dividends. Certain companies have weekly options. So if I only want to look at companies with dividends and weekly options, I'm giving you everything you need right there. Okay, if you don't know who they are, well, look it up on Google. Google will tell you. Dividend Kings list. 54 companies that have increased their payments to shareholders for more than 20 years. Sony's a no. I know that off the top. I love collecting my dividends. Breeze, me too. I don't collect very many dividends, though. I collect premiums, and they're usually higher than the dividends. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. You can go to Google and put into the search Warren Buffett Stock List 2024, Dividend Kings List 2024. All those lists I just told you, and you will come up with over 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends. Okay? And then you cross-reference it with the Chicago Board of Options to see who pays weekly options and who doesn't. And then between the two, you get a list of companies that have increased for more than 2 decades and have weekly options. MCO. Isn't that? No. MCO. I was going to say Macron. Moody's. Moody's is a monthly. Dude, you're killing me here. Another monthly. I'm going to ignore everything else you say to me. Okay, you say anything to me, I'm going to ignore you. You gave me 5 stocks in a row. Every single one of them was a monthly. And it was a no, 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 no. Sorry, dude. You got to learn. If you're going to be investing, you got to learn how to do research. You gave me 5 stocks. All 5 of them are no, 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 no. Alrighty? It's not that difficult. Okay, look it up yourself. Monthly, no. Okay, let's get back to Nike, NKE. Okay, I like Nike, and as a matter of fact, just before the Olympics, when this thing dropped like that, yep, I bought a bunch of them. Okay, 2-pack, we already looked at for it earlier. Okay, this live event is being recorded on YouTube. NVIDIA is a big fat no. Okay, when people ask me about NVIDIA, my automatic assumption is this person has no clue. Okay, when I say this person has no clue, means you haven't looked at the numbers on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is $100 a share. Their dividend is 1 penny per share. How can you possibly think that is a good pick? Does Macy's typically perform good around the parade of Thanksgiving? I honestly don't know. But I do know that Macy's has been around for over 100 years. Okay? And so far this year, 4 buyout opportunities. They came to the negotiation table 4 times, asking to, people asking to buy them out, and they keep saying no. All right, we're still on Nike. High, low, where was it, where is it, what direction, blah, blah, blah. The current price, $88. Okay, well, $88, the closest strike price, is going to be $88. It's actually that simple. Okay, so if I buy it at $88.06, there's the price. If I sell somebody the right to buy it from me at $88, anytime between when they pay for it and the expiration date. The expiration date on this particular one right here is for October. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So there's actually 9 days left before this expires. So at 88, it's $2.96. That is over 3%. Think about it. Nike, well, We know who Nike is. We know what they do. We see them on TV, and we see them on the park. We see them everywhere. The little swoop, yep, we see that everywhere. If you don't know who Nike is, I can't help you out. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Do I like Nike? Do I like Nike at this price? Hey, look where we are. We're at 62. I'm going to reboot. You guys don't go anywhere. This is ridiculous. Now, for those of you guys that's still here,
a lot of freaky stuff has.
Let's try this one more time. 64 on a Wednesday night. I'm not 100% sure if that's good or bad. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we're going to try this again. Alright. OG Gamer. Cool beans. Alright, we're just telling everybody we're live, but we're actually still live down here. You guys are jumping back in. Let's see how it plays out. Alright, so while they're coming back on again, can you just do your list? Yes, I can. I can do my list if you people stop asking me questions. But I don't want to be rude. I know all this information. I'm here for you guys to ask questions, and then I can answer them. So, let's take a look at something on my list. Uh-oh, here we go, Marvel. All right, Mark wants to take a look at Marvel, MRVL. Now, first thing I always want to see is the high, the low, where was it, where is it, what direction it's going. Look at the channel. It's stuck in this little channel right here. All right, I love that. Okay. TPR, well, Mark, let's do one at a time, okay? Let's worry about Marvel first. Currently, the price is $72.43. Well, the closest price to that is going to be the 73. Well, it's 35 for this week. It's only 0.5%. Next week, it's 95, which is more than 1%. Okay, yeah, Malik, I saw that. MU is flying. Now, I bought MU at 93. I sold the 91. It's got 3.5. Tom Powell will take a look at Visa. Give me a minute. We're on Marvel at the moment. So, I can get over 1%, buying it at the current market price, selling the 73, getting 95 cents, or I could sell the 72s and get 155. It's a safer trade. Okay, now, if I buy it here and I sell this one strike out of the money, I'll get a higher rate of return. But if I sell in the money, I get a lower rate of return, but more safety. So there's your balancing act. Do I want safety, or do I want a higher profit? Me personally, I want safety. I'm at that age where I can't make risks. Some like some of you guys can do. Some of you guys are still working. Some of you guys are a hell of a lot younger than I am. Okay, I'm retired. I'm over 60. I have no desire to go back to work. And if I play my cards right and I keep a level head and stick to my rules, I should have no problem. Now, I've been getting 1% a week for 15 years. I have no problem continuing it. I have no intention on changing my strategy. So whatever you think, if you think you're smarter than me, perfectly fine. Tell me what you're thinking. I'll take a look at it. If you can beat 1% per week, consistently, predictably, with very little to no risk at all, I'm more than happy to take a look at it. Now, it takes me 10 to 15 minutes. I don't want to look at a trading strategy that's going to take me hours to figure out. And I don't want to sit in front of the computer for hours. I don't. All right, so let's keep going. Marvel. A year ago, we were at 52.91. The bottom was at 45.71, and that was back at the end of October of last year. Well, our top is 85.67, and that was the beginning of March. But look at the movement since the high of the year. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Lovely movement. I mean, think about it. She goes up, and people say, wait a minute, I want to take my profits. Great, take profits, the stock sinks. It gets down to here, and people say, wait a second, that's a deal. Let me buy some. So they buy it, they sell it. Buy it, sell it. Buy it, sell it. Up, down, that's all stocks do. I've never seen a stock have a little notation say, wait a second, we're going over James's house, we're going to make his bed and mow the lawn. No, They don't come mow my lawn. They do not make my bed. They do not put candies on my pillow. Nope. They go up, they go down. That's all they do. Irie, 43. How are you doing? What is that? Glorio Sorrento. Okay, whatever. Okay, MU's flying. What about Visa? Tom Powell wants to look at Visa Las Vegas. Visa. Oh, wait a second. We're still on MRV. We're still on Marvel. Hold on a second. All right, so last 30 days for Marvel. Okay, pretty plain, pretty easy to see. It's not challenging at all. 30 days ago, we're at 68. Big jump up to 79. Profit taking brings us down to the 30-day bottom. Back up, back down, back up, back down. She's in a downfall at the moment. So, Marvel is going to be a no for this week. But I am going to write Marvel down for next week. Would I hold Marvel? I don't hold anything. The longest I've ever held... Now, I've been investing for 20 years. The longest I've ever held anything was 9 months. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. Okay, the stock dropped. I had to wait 9 months for it to come back up again for me to sell it at a profit. But during those 9 months, I got 3 dividend checks and over close to 30-something premiums. Because every quarter is 13 weeks. 13 weeks every quarter. So if I'm holding it, what's the longest period you haven't achieved? It was 3 weeks. Hold that thought. Now, like I say, all my trades are posted. I post all the trades I make. Say, here they are right here. Click on any one of these. Here you go. MPW, Siri, General Electric, Nucor, Walgreens, CVS, MPW. All my trades are here. Okay, so I want to show you one, the longest I went without making a profit. I got 3 accounts. Remember I told you I shared 3 of them with you? And it was over on account number 1. And here it is right here. Alright. Week 22. Okay, Intel, Marathon, Win, Kohl's, MPW. Alright, I made 0.6%. Now, 0.6% on a $140,000 account is right around, what, $1,100, somewhere in that area? So I only made $1,100 this week. Look, oh, $1,200, no. Yeah, about $1,200. Okay, week number 23, again, 0.6%. Week 24, again, 0.6%. Week 25, negative 0.1%. So I actually lost money that week. But, look, 1.5, 3.3, 5.2, 2.2, 3.3, 2.85, 3.15, 2.81, blah, blah, blah. I'm averaging over 1%. Do I do it every week? No. See, I showed you 4 weeks I didn't do 1%. But the rest of the time I've done. Okay, and if you average it out, well, at the moment it's over 46%. Now, I have 3 weeks that I haven't posted yet. So once I post those 3 weeks, this is going to be over 50% for account number 1. Well, look at account number 2. Now, I still got 3 weeks to post for account number 2, but it's already over 70%. Okay, so it's over 50% here, over 70% here. Now, this account is only 2 months old, and it's already at 9%. That's 4% a week, and 4% a month. All right, so those are my returns. How long did I go without making 1% a week? Well, you saw it in one account, 3 weeks. Would I hold Marvel? I don't hold anything. Okay, I'm not monogamous to anything. I buy a stock, I make my profit, I move on. That's exactly as simple as that. El Pablo, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Let's keep on going. Join. Enron, 52% a year is incredible. It's okay. Why don't you trade the SPY? Ooh, see, somebody wants to challenge me. Okay, well, let's not even look at the charts. Let's go directly to historic performance of the spiders. SPY. Now, Usually, when somebody says, I like spiders, why don't you trade spiders? I know that you're not doing your research properly. Okay? So, here it is, right here. Spiders, S&P 500 ETF Trust, $570 per share. All right, fine. What you don't know, though, and this is why I know you haven't actually done your research. User 1126647454119. All right, this is for you. All right, let's take a look at dividends only, and let's look at a bunch of them. Now, this goes way back, so we're not going to go all the way back. Let's go back to 2000. Okay, so here we are in 2000. Okay, follow along with me and you tell me if this makes sense. Because I'm going to give you my opinion right out. Okay, you ready? Let's take a look. March 2000, 37 cents. Okay, very next dividend is 35. Explain to me, the very first two dividends we look at, we're going backwards. Why would I be interested in that? But wait, not done yet. 37, 35, backwards. 38, 41, 32, backwards again. 35, 37, 39, 33, backwards again. That's 3 times in 2 years that they cut their dividends. Why is that good? Well, we're not done yet. 35, 38, 44, 35. It's going backwards again. 36, 40, 52, 40, backwards again. 41, 47, 35, backwards again. 57, 47, backwards again. 49, 52, 67, 52, backwards again. 56, 58, 79, 55, backwards again. 66, 72, 78, 64. Do you see that? There's no consistency here whatsoever with the spiders. That's number one. But wait. If you order now, it gets worse. Let's take a look at the summary for the spiders. So, if you invest $570 per share in the spiders, the S&P 500 index, you can look to the forward Visa. We already looked at Visa. Okay, but Visa is a good one. That's the first one you gave me. That's a good one. User, okay? 1, whatever. Okay, so for the delight and entertainment of all you people who like the spiders, you're going to invest $570 per share, and your rate of return is going to be 1.21. Explain to me in a manner as if I was 3rd grade, 8 or 9 years old. Explain to me why you think 1.2% is better than 50%. Explain it to me. Why don't you trade the S&P, the SPY? Because it has a crappy rate of return. That you want an answer? There it is. Why would I spend my money in an entity, SPY, that has a rate of return of 1.21? I don't make up these numbers. This number comes from Yahoo Finance. Okay? So, SPYs are no. That's why I don't invest in it. Because the returns are horrible. Hopefully that answered your question. Sideways. On your, you are chatting about channeling stock. No, plywood. I'm talking about investing in dividend stocks that consistently increase in value just before the dividend date, which allows me to jump in, buy it, write a covered call against it, and collect a 1% premium on a weekly basis. Safely, securely, predictably, and easily. 1% per week, it comes to over 50% per year. Covered calls are one of the safest trading strategies there are. You buy the stock, you sell somebody the rights to buy it from you for basically the same amount of money. So you have limited to no risk. But here's the thing. Never buy something you don't understand. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. If you can't tell me what the company does, then why the hell are you buying it? Let's keep on going. Wow, no questions. Okay. Do I like Coca-Cola? I love Coca-Cola. I'll buy a Coca-Cola maybe 2 or 3 times a year. That's about it. But will I ever buy the stock? No. The premiums are horrible. Sorry. Ooh, El Pablo wants to take a look at Advanced Auto Parts. I like Advanced Auto Parts. As a matter of fact, we did a couple of trades on Advanced Auto Parts this year. Made a nice little profit off of it. Cool. First thing I want to do, where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? What current direction is it going? Well, the beginning of the issue was up. Well, now she's going to the downside. Here's the bottom right here. I want to zoom in and take a look at that. But before I do, is it going to be profitable to do it? Well, $39.76 is the current price. If I buy it at that, what is the closest strike price if I want to sell it at a profit? Well, the closest strike price is going to be the 40. The 40 is going for 93 cents a share. That is more than 2%. I love a 2% trade. It's simple, it's easy, it's safe. I know who Advanced Auto Parts are. There's one right down the street. That being said, let's take a look at the numbers. A year ago, Advanced Auto Parts is at 57.30. The high of the year is 88.56, and that was the end of March. From the end of March, look what it's done. Slowly down, and there's a big drop here in August. And then she continues going down and finds its bottom in September, which is recently. So the last 30 days, which would be 8/25, here we go. Here's the last 30 days. All right, so here's the last 30 days. It doesn't look that favorable anymore, does it? 30 days ago was the 30-day high. Here's the 30-day bottom here. She traces up to there and now pulls back again. Well, now she's coming back down again. So I will look at Advanced Auto Parts in about 2 weeks. Not next week, but the week after. And it's already written down. So we already wrote it down, so we are going to be looking at it in 2 weeks. Salco, how are you today? So if I buy one option, I got to take a closer look at this one. All right, Adam Devine. So if I buy one option, it's 100 shares. Will the dividend pay out on all 100? Okay, Adam. One of the major obstacles for new traders is the use of terminology. Basically, you're incorrect. I don't know another way of saying it. Okay? Number one, I don't buy options. I sell options. Options, 80% of all options expire worthless. So why do I want to buy them? I don't want to be part of the 20%. I want to be part of the 80%. Okay, so if I have an 80% chance of making money, well, that's what I want to do. That is selling options, not buying options. So when you say if I buy one option, it's 100 shares, it doesn't work that way. You have to buy 100 shares first before you can sell an option. But if you're buying options, that doesn't give you any access whatsoever to the dividends, because the dividends aren't for option buyers. The dividends are for stock owners. So if you want to collect the dividend, you got to buy the stock and own the stock before the EX date or the date of record. So whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Okay, so if you're looking to do the strategy, you got to buy 100 shares of stock to do one contract. And the one contract doesn't guarantee you any dividends at all. You have to own the stock in order to collect a dividend. Sorry. Thank you, AAP. Yep, I like AAP. But AAP at this moment in time, as you can clearly see on the chart, 30 days ago, here's the drop, here's the bottom. She went up, now she's coming back down again. As soon as she finds another bottom, that is where I want to take a look at it again. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy it, it means I'm going to look at it. Okay, if I look at it and the numbers look good and the chart looks good and everything is in my favor, I like odds and probabilities in my favor. Once the odds and probabilities are in my favor, then I will do the trade. if it makes sense. Okay, thank you. I'm learning more and more each night. Adam, not a problem. That's why I'm here. 'Cause I'm here, you know, I wish there was somebody that would teach me the way I'm teaching you guys. But 20 years ago when I first started trading, there wasn't the internet. The internet was not available for this type of interaction. Next question. What about Union Pacific Railroad? Okay, yellow here. You actually got to give me the ticker symbol because right now I don't think I've ever traded Union Pacific. Was that UNP? Okay, well, here it is, UNP. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is, here's the current direction it's going to the upside, turn around, now it's coming back down again. That's what it looks like on the 1-year chart. Let's zoom in and take a look. No, I don't trade crypto at all. Sorry. 145. Okay, so I'll be looking at the 145s. There's 160. Sorry, the 245s. 160, no thank you. 245, 320. Okay, next week looks good. Great. So let's take a deeper look into the chart and see what it says. A year ago, we were at 208. So things like VOO, VTR are no, absolutely not. I don't like either one of those. Take a really good look at the numbers. Ignore the advertisements. Ignore all the hype. Go directly to the numbers. If I invest my money in VOO, what am I getting in return? That's basically what you'll be asking. Now, VOO is basically a computer. You're giving your money to a computer, and if you haven't seen enough Terminator movies yet, you got some serious thinking to do. I don't trust computers as far as I can throw them. Oh, that's gone. Let's move on. We're looking at Union Pacific Railroad. But before we go further, let's take a look at UNP and how well have they increased their dividends. Damn, I've been funding Skynet. Yeah, you probably have. All right, here's Union Pacific. I want to take a look at historical data, and I want to see how well have they been increasing their dividends. Okay, right here. Union Pacific Corporation, $2.45 a share. Okay, and here's the historical prices. Well, I want to take a look at the dividends. Dividends only. Now I want to look at the maximum amount because I want to go far back as I will because I want to see increased dividends. And this looks pretty cool. It does. Look at this. All right, so let's go all the way back to 2000. You ready? 2000, 5 cents. 201, 5 cents. 202, 5 cents. No increase there at all. Doesn't make me happy. 203, 6 cents. 8. Stayed at 8 for a while. 9, 11, 14, 17, 19, 24, 30, 35, 40, 46, 50, 55, 61, 67, 73, 80, 88, 97, 107, 118, 130, 134. Consistently going up. Not every single year, but no back tracing. Okay, so they're consistently profitable. Okay, great. I would prefer 20 years, but you know, it is what it is. I would prefer consistency. So UNP, I'm not 100% sure if that's on my list. So I'm going to actually add UNP here. Add symbol. UNP. Add symbol, save. There we go. So I just added it to my list because I like the fact that they've been around for a long time and there's no back tracing on their profits, always going up. Once momentum is on your side, the system runs itself. It took me 10 years to get the engine going. Plywood, I have no idea what you're talking about. Caleb, my thoughts on Micron. We already looked at Micron. I was going to suggest UNP earlier. Contrarian trader, dude. It is what it is. Take a look at the numbers. Take a look at the information. Hey, James, when you carry your holding to the next week, what do you do? Well, interesting question. When I take it into the next week, well, I look at a few factors. Factor number one, what did I buy it for? That number never changes. When you buy a stock, it's your stock at that price until the day you sell it. Once you sell it, it's done and over with. All right, I'm going to give you guys like 5 minutes to like, share, subscribe, all that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. If we can get over 200 visitors in the next 15 minutes, I'll stay longer. If not, I'm out of here. So it's past 11:30. I turn into a pumpkin at midnight. Not a pretty sight. All right, so as I'm saying, when I carry a stock into the next week, I take a look at a couple of things. Number one, what did I buy it for? That number never changes. What does change is the value of the stock price. That always going up and down. The option, always going up and down. Now, what I bought it for, what's the closest strike price? Is it in the money? Is it out of the money? Am I at risk or am I not out of risk? How much am I bringing in? Well, can I push it out another week and get a little bit more? These numbers I take a look at on a Friday. It's very challenging to be able to tell you what they are because we're only into a Wednesday. Okay, it's always about the numbers. What did I buy it for? What's it currently at? What can I get for it next week? And does it make sense? Okay, Caleb, we already did Micron. All right, we're at 170. We got 30 more to go, and I'll stay on longer. Come on, you guys, got 10 minutes left. Visa. Okay, Tom Powell, didn't we already look at Visa? Okay, here's Visa right here. High, low, where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? She went up, pulled back, now she's going up again, but look, pulled back right here. What's this all about? TXT. What the heck is TXT? We don't have enough time to look at that because we're at 11:33. I'm giving you guys a few more minutes. Yeah, we're at 1:59. We're going to go through this one, and then I'm going to go through the questions, and that's going to be it. So you guys get a very small window. Textron, never heard of them. If I've never heard of them, more than likely it's going to be a no. I've actually been trading long enough to know if I recognize the company, then it's yeah, or it may be. But I didn't recognize that, so it's usually a no. TXT, probably a no. Visa, currently at 269.81. Well, the closest strike price to 269.81 is going to be 270. And the 270 is going for 310. That is more than 1%. The easiest way to figure it out is see the number right here, 269.81. Well, you take that point, the little dot, move it over two places. $2.69 is 1% of 269. It's that easy. Okay, remember, 9 years old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. The simple part, a lot of adults have a challenge getting past the simplicity of it. They want to make things complicated because they think complicated equals more money. It doesn't work that way. Okay? 269, the closest one is going to be the 270. The 270 is going for 310. That's more than 1%. Great, but is it the right time to buy? Well, that's what the chart's going to tell me. Okay, the 1 year chart, high, low, was, is, and the direction. Okay, let's zoom in a little closer. A year ago was the bottom at 227.65. That's the bottom. Okay, the high was a couple of weeks ago. But look at the 90 days. The 90-day chart. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, look. From here, 255, she jumps to 290. Well, now there's profit taking. And there's going to continue to be profit taking until it reaches a point where it turns around and goes back up again. So we will look at Visa again next week and the week after, because she should be finding a bottom somewhere around the 260 to 265 area, which could be tomorrow, the next day, or the next day. When that happens, I like Visa. I know what Visa does. I know that they have a good premium, because look at it. The 270 is going for 310. That's more than 1%. And I know who they are, and I know what they do. All right. So, Last 30 days. Pretty plain to see. Last 30 days. See it? 30 days ago, 30-day bottom. Okay? Last week was a 30-day high. What happens after a 30-day high? Profit taking. People take their profits, the stock drops. It drops to a certain point where it gets low enough. Look, extremely close to the 30-day bottom. Once it hits that 30-day bottom and goes a little bit lower, it's going to turn around and go back up again. Ricky McCall, how are you this evening, brother? You're just getting here. I'm just leaving. Okay, I start at 9. I am done at 11:30. We're at 11:37, past my bedtime. Let me go through the last of these questions and we'll be calling it a night. Justin Muller just woke up and saw that MU gapped up after hours. Guess where we take our 3%? No trouble. Hey, I got 3.5% on MU this week. Perfectly fine letting it go. Okay, now if you think she's jumping that, eventually she's going to come back down again. Thank you, Ricky. Tomorrow night or the next night, come here a little bit earlier. Club Ed Tom, he sells more covered calls if he still holds it. Yeah, that's true too. Hey, 86, just got here. UNP, a little late because I'm getting ready. I'm not looking at anything else tonight. We're just going to finish up these questions and then be calling it a night. All right, plywood. So you sell only premiums. Do you buy insurance when you get stuck with 100 shares accidentally? No, I do not. Sorry. Okay. Now, plywood. You're making it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay. I buy a stock. I sell an option against it. I get 1% or more. Great. If she goes down, I continue selling covered calls until it goes up and it hits my price. How about your favorite Macy's? We already looked at it earlier. Sorry. When it goes wrong and you get stuck with shares, do you buy insurance for next earnings? Okay, plywood. Apparently, so you only do the wheel. No, I do not. I don't do the wheel at all. I know what the wheel is. I know what you're talking about. No. I created this for a 9-year-old. When my daughter was 9, this is a trading strategy I made for her specifically. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. The wheel strategy adds a few more steps, and that's when it gets confusing, and no. I would have lost her a long time ago, and she said, Dad, that's too confusing. But no, she did rather well. She averaged 5% a month, which is not bad for a 9-year-old. All right. Okay, so plywood. What you're missing. Uh-oh, I missed that one. All right. Where was it? Wow, I'm missing all these questions. All right, plywood. When it goes wrong and you get stuck with shares, do you buy insurance for the next earnings? No, I do not. So what you're missing, okay? So by what you're saying, I see that you're missing something. The main thing you're missing is rule number 1. Never buy something you do not want to own long term. Buy it as if you're going to hold it for the rest of your life. That is the main thing. Never buy something you don't understand. Okay, if you don't understand it and you don't want to hold on to it for a long period of time, don't buy it. You're going to buy stuff, it's going to drop. Also, on the flip side, you're going to buy stuff, it's going to shoot up. You have to decide what is right for you. My strategy, for me specifically, when I buy something, I buy it with the intention of holding on to it. And I buy also with the intention of selling it at a profit. If I can't sell it at a profit, I want to get a cash flow from it every single week. So I look at it twice a day. One time at the nighttime, and one time with my private trading group in the mornings, just before the market opens. We want to make sure that we're going to be profitable. So I have a good idea where my stocks are at all times, because it is my personal money. I am very interested in my own money. So I make sure that I am safe, my profits are predictable and consistent. Okay, and the insurance thing, no, I don't do that. Shelley, you're new, that's fine. Isn't buying the stock means owning the stock? Sorry, buying it means you own it. Once you buy it, you own it. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay, what I do with mine is I buy it and I sell it to somebody else. So you only sell calls when you have shares. Well, that's the only way you can do it. Okay, a covered call is buying stocks first, selling options against the positions you already own. So you can't sell an option unless you own stocks to have something to keep you covered, unless you do just cash. 20 years ago it was called derivatives. No, 20 years ago it was called dividend capturing. Okay, how do you find the bottom? How do you know it won't go lower? Now, user 11266, we had these conversations before. Okay, do you see Visa right here? Today is a new bottom. Is it the new 30-day bottom? No, it's not. The 30-day bottom's over here. Well, how do I know it's a 30-day bottom? Well, because the very next day was higher, and the next day was higher, and the next day was higher, and the next day was higher. So you cannot tell if this is the new bottom until we see what happens tomorrow. Which means we're going to be asking the exact same question tomorrow. Is this the bottom? Well, we won't know. Now, for me, specifically, I like 2 days to the upside. So here's a bottom. I will not jump into this until I have 2 days going the opposite direction. That may be tomorrow and Friday. It may not be. But it could be. That's why I will look at this again tomorrow. So let's keep going. How can learn trading? Just keep coming back every night. I'm here every night. Hey, Quasi, I don't know you. If you really want to chat, DM me with your number. I will call you. We'll chat. If you can contribute to the conversation in a logical, respectful manner, I have no problem whatsoever calling you in. What's the second window? I have no idea what you're talking about that. I just follow you. I've only been trading for a couple years and I'm still learning. Captain, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Actually, I insist on people just starting out. Get yourself a paper trading account. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, just a little bit of your time. So why not the wheel then? Okay, Ricky, I got no problem with the wheel strategy. It's a great strategy. However, you're missing the main topic of the whole thing. This specific trading strategy was created for a 9-year-old. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to come up with for my 9-year-old daughter. The wheel strategy is not as simple as you would like to think it is. Don't get me wrong, it's great. It can add a little bit more, but it adds more steps. I sell a put first and I sell calls later. If you get, yeah, I get that. I know what it is. But then I have to explain to my daughter about selling puts or selling cash secured puts. Well, then you have to do with implied volatility. I have to do with the Black-Scholes pricing methods of options, and it adds a lot more complications to a simple strategy. And it's basically the exact same thing, but a little bit different, but still the same, because you're taking a certain amount of money, you're putting it up as collateral, and you're getting a return on it. Whether it's a call, whether it's a put, you're still taking a chunk of money, putting it aside, and getting a rate of return. There's no other ways of looking at it. So yeah, a cash secured put, you sell that first, you get assigned the stock, great, then you do a covered call. Yeah, it adds like 3 or 4 steps to the whole program. Yeah, no. I'm assuming you don't have a 9-year-old little girl at home that you can teach that to, because simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, and no way to lose was challenging enough, trying to keep her interested in doing it. And she did it for a few years, and then she did the girly thing, the boys. He's so cute, dresses, hair, but yeah. Once they turn 13 or 14, they're lost in their own world, okay? But from 2 all the way up to like 11 or 12, daddy's little girl. 13, yeah, forget it. She's in a world of her own. All right, J-Men. What's the second one do? No idea. You got that, Ricky? But Ricky, in my morning trading class, we do cash secured puts. We do credit spreads. We do debit spreads. We do calendar spreads. We do a lot more in the more advanced class, and that is for the serious traders who want to be part of a group. Yeah, that want to be part of a group that has the same, what am I thinking of? The same objective, safe returns. That's what I'm looking for. I'm retired. Okay, I want a safe, predictable return with no risk. That's what I'm looking for. I'm 60. I have no desire to go back to work. I don't know. You were shown your daughter. Yeah. That was her 12 years ago. You wouldn't recognize her now. No, Ricky, I don't just sell calls. I do covered calls. All right, let's keep on going. Second window, I have no idea what you're meaning. Mason. Okay, good. Plywood. Winners, sometimes it happens and covered calls go bad. Below your cost. Covered calls expire worthless. Yeah, I get that. Do I eat peaches? Yes, I do. But your 100 shares are below your baseline cost. Yes, I'm well aware of that. International paper. I love international paper. I'm not going to look at it today, but I'll look at it tomorrow if you want to come back again tomorrow. So plywood, if you want to ask questions directly related to it, fine. If you think it's not going to be right, well, you're wasting your time. I'm just telling you, I've been doing it for quite a while. It's working nicely for me. I think I have one account has absolutely no losses. I have another account has maybe 2. And the third account has 3. I only share 3 accounts with you guys. No, I have a 31 wife trying to show her how to make side money. Yeah, I hear you. You may not like to hear this, but women actually make better traders than men. But love watching your show. Okay, did you hear what I said? Women actually make better traders than men. Women, so much easier to say, yep, I was wrong, let's move on. I want to join. Well, Ricky, you can join over at the website, okay, the 10-minute trader. Okay, the 10-minute trader, where is it? Right here. Okay, if you're on YouTube, hypothetically speaking, there should be a link to take you to the 10-minute trader, and that will take you right to the live trading link. Safe return too. Yep, that's what I like. International paper, plywood. I like international paper. Thanks for looking at Visa. No problem. 2002 Bush taxes made more companies pay out dividends. Okay, I'm not seeing the problem with that. True, you can buy more shares to lower cost basis if your thesis is correct. Okay. I do the same thing you do. I run the dividend game like you once the money becomes big. Okay. DraftKings is a no. It doesn't pay 20 years of increased dividends. Plywood, it runs itself. Cool. Bank of America, Zach, we can look at it tomorrow. El Pablo, we already looked at Macy's today. Do you stay away from companies like Boeing and CVS? Actually, I do have some CVS. Plywood is one to look at. Yeah, international paper, I like international paper. AMD, yeah. Well, AMD, that's a no. To verify it is best, always use 1-year chart. I like to start with the 1-year chart. I go from the 1-year chart to the 90-day chart, to the 30-day chart, to the seasonality chart. At that point, I'll decide whether or not it's a good time to buy. Mr. Pelosi sold over 500,000 Visa stock week before DOJ antitrust lawsuit. Dude, I do not trust the Pelosi's as far as I can throw them. I think they're two-faced, hypocrite, lying scum suckers. But what do I know? Okay? Anyone that gets paid $192,000 a year and can afford a couple $1 million home, yeah, she's skimming money from somewhere. Don't trust them as far as I can throw them. Do you think MU is going up tomorrow? No, I actually think MU will probably have a pullback tomorrow. Can I do Occidental Petroleum? Not tonight. I'll have to do it tomorrow night. I'm way past my bedtime. Sorry, I repeated the question. If stock goes down, would you always sell a covered call? It could assign at a losing overall price. Holy bad guys. All right, holy bad guys. Here's an interesting thing that you may not know. Now, in the world of trading options, there are 4 characters on the dance floor. Okay? Think of this, think outside the box for a second. 4 characters on the dance floor. There's me, the option seller. My main objective with selling options is sell an option and have it go to 0. That's my main objective. Now, 3 other players. Player number 1 is the option buyer. An option buyer, the mentality of an option buyer, and the reason why I'm saying this is I used to be an option buyer. I don't do it anymore. Option buyer. They buy an option with the hopes of it doubling or tripling. Okay? So if I'm constantly looking at what my stock price is, what the current premium is, what option... Well, Ricky, it is simple. It was created for a 9-year-old. Remember? Simple, safe, predictable. Yeah. All right. As I was saying, the option buyer wants to double or triple. So if I'm looking, where is it? Okay. You see this here? Here's the 81 option. This is what I sold it for, $13.55. So whoever bought that option, they paid $13.55. Well, currently, at this moment in time, the option is worth $6.95. It has decreased 50% in value from the time I sold it to its current value at the moment. Now, it expires on the 4th of October, which is next Friday. Now, I'm into the stock at $90.78. I sold the 81s, which is a hell of a lot lower than what I bought it for. I do not want to let it go at 81. Okay? So, whoever bought the option at $13.55, they're going to want to double their price. So, they're looking at $27.10 added to the strike price. Well, now that's over $100 a share. Well, the stock at the moment, what the hell is the stock at the moment? Is at 86. That person, the option buyer, is definitely not buying it from me. Okay, so he bought it. Whoever bought it for $13.55. Now it's worth $6.95. He's actually lost 50% of his value. He's not buying it from me. Okay, so person number 3 on the dance floor of this little game here is the stock buyer looking to buy a stock at a discount. What he's looking for is the stock to increase in value. So, the stock buyer who bought the option at $13.55 wants the stock to increase high enough to offset the price that he paid for the option, to buy the right to buy it from me, and the strike price and the current price. So all these numbers have to be juggled around to find out, is there a risk of me losing? I want to join your class with other people and do options. Cool beans! Are you transgender? What the fuck does that mean? It's none of your damn business. Anyway, as I'm saying, you remember, there are a lot of people on the dance floor. There are a lot of people on the dance floor playing this game. Now, I know who I am. I'm the option seller. I'm looking for it to go 0. The 4th person is the market maker. So, I sold the option at 81. This is what I collected. So, if the stock is above 81 come Friday, whoever bought it from me has the opportunity to buy it from me. But their cost basis is adding this to this. More than likely, they're not going to. But you know who will take it from me? The market maker. Because I sold the option at 81. He has no problem whatsoever taking it from me at 81. But I'm not going to allow that to happen, because come Friday, I'll be looking at the numbers. Where's the best situation for me to be in? I'm going to roll it forward, which means What the hell is it with bro? I know. Why? We're here talking about stocks and somebody wants to know if I'm a transgender or not. What the hell has that got to do with anything? I'm talking about stocks. It's got nothing to do with anything. Anyway, so the market maker will take it from me at 81. But on Friday, I'm going to look at this position and say, you know what? I'm going to take it and roll it forward a week. That buys me another week. The market maker's not going to take it from me. And then I'm going to sell another option. And then it starts with a whole new set of different people on the dance floor. Me, the market maker, and whoever the buyer of the option is. And I have no idea who that's going to be. Next question. Okay, so holy bad guy, hope that answers your question. Let's talk money. Stock up, bro. Okay. Ricky, if you really want, you can send me your phone number. I'll give you a buzz. Your best bet is to do it on TikTok. I can't, and I don't suggest you putting your phone number in YouTube. Sorry. All right, DVA. Does my daughter still trade? No, she doesn't. Okay, she did the girly thing. Now her and her man, they do dogs and plants. And she's enjoying herself. And I encourage my children, is your class free? No, it is not. It's $100 a month to join the morning trading group. Sorry. Joe something. 59. My whole portfolio, 500 grand, is in Vanguard index funds. Am I an idiot? Yes, you are. I'm not going to say that, Joe. You're not. Because, see, the sad thing is, most people spend more time planning a family barbecue than they do their personal finances. You get 500 grand in Vanguard. Great. Are they paying you $250,000 a year? Because 500 grand should give you, at 1%, $5,000 a week. Or 50% a year. 50% a year of 500,000 is 250,000. I'm almost 100% certain Vanguard is not giving you that kind of return, because you are giving your money to someone else, basically saying, I don't want to do it, you do it for me, you let me know what you think is fair. That's basically what you're saying. Okay, nobody has more interest in your money than you. Okay, I can't tell you what to do, I can't tell you what to buy, and I can't tell you anything other than my own opinion. Now, I tell everybody, don't listen to a damn word I'm saying. I'm just some random guy on YouTube. Do your own research. Okay? What I say is factual. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I just repeat facts. That's it. Okay, Visa. We know who Visa is. Okay, the last trade of today was $269.63. You can go look that up anywhere. Okay, it's not a number that I came up with. The open, 274. The high, 274.25. The low, 268. These are all factual numbers. All of these numbers here, I didn't come up with them. The market maker did. They use what's called a Black-Scholes pricing method for options. It's a extremely huge mathematical equation. You really don't. You take one look at it and you think, holy shit. But anyway, these are all factual numbers. And when it comes to the chart, you can argue all you want. I honestly really don't care. But the high of the year is the high of the year. You can't argue with that. The low of the year is the low of the year. You can't argue with that either. This is what the chart looks like. It's not mine. All I'm doing is just repeating what I'm saying. What I'm seeing. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was a year ago, here's where it is now. It went up, it came down, it went up, now it came down again. These are all facts. And what's even better, look, this is the current price. I didn't make it up. The current price is there. Okay? I can get a third grader to say, oh, there's the price. What's closest to that? Well, closest number to 269.81, well, it's 270. Okay, at 270, well, the premium is 310. Is that more or less than 1%? Well, 310 is more than 1% of 270. These are all facts. You can argue all you want. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. The strategy works for me. You want to do it? Hey, more power to you. You don't? Hey, it's your life. You can do whatever you want. This is what I do. I'm sharing with you because I got tired of being screwed over and being taken advantage of by the powers that be. Okay, you go to a bank, you put your money in the bank, and what do they give you? 1%, 2%, if you're lucky? Hey, if I'm going to borrow money, they're going to charge me 18%. Well, where the hell's the fairness there? They take their money and they get absurd returns, and I can't get anything to, yeah, hell with that. When my daughter asked me to trade, I said, fine. The first 5 years, I didn't do very well. I got no problem admitting that. But she jumped up on my lap. She said, Daddy, can you teach me how to trade? I said, sure. I had the challenge of coming up with a trading strategy that was simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Because we all know, if a 9-year-old little girl starts losing money and she's bad at something, she's going to cry. As dad, I'm going to feel like shit. You know what happens next? Mom comes in, she makes me feel worse, and then I'm on the couch for a couple weeks. Yeah, no thanks. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. That's it. Okay, 5 criteria I had to figure out. Okay, simple. Never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's consistently profitable and has weekly options, and then double check the numbers. The numbers, what am I buying it for? What's the closest strike price? Is it over 1%? Great. Is it the right time to buy? At this particular moment in time, it's not the right time to buy Visa. I like Visa. I bought Visa many times in the past, but not this week, because there's the high there. You got your profit taking, and profit taking is still taking place. Until the profit taking stops, it turns around, goes back up, because sure as shit, stocks go up, stocks go down. Stocks go up, stocks go down. They do not do anything else other than that. It's past midnight. I'm out of here. Let me finish up with these last few questions. How do I join the... Hey, Stifler's mom. Back again, dude. How are you? Up over here. See where it says right there? Okay, my picture, Dividend Stock Talk, blah, blah, blah. Okay, click on that. That will take you to the link. The link goes directly to the 10-Minute Trader. Now, do your research on the 10-Minute Trader. How long has this website been in? When was it first registered? You'll find that it was registered almost 20 years ago. Okay? 20 years. I've been doing this for over 20 years. The 10-Minute Trader, see right here? Click on that. It says Trading Live Online. Well, that's a link right there. You don't like that one? Slide down a little bit. You're going to love this. Read this. Okay? If you are looking to strike it rich overnight, this ain't it. My main focus is simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. That's 50% per year. The video gives you a little bit more explanation. And then down a little bit lower. Adults love this one. Okay? Investing your own money shouldn't be difficult. Stop making it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay? Learn more. It gives you a little PDF about the strategy. And right here, live trading, join our morning trading group. It's all right there. Okay, Crypto Tracker. If you wait 2 days on the upside, could it still fall or fake out? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at Walgreens for a second. WBA. Now we're going to go right here. Okay, I'm going to go all the way here. Now, this is Walgreens. Now, Walgreens, back in June, made this big drop. I was all excited. I bought a bunch of Walgreens as soon as she turned around. Here's the big drop. It kept dropping, 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 dropping. Here's where it turned around. 30-day bottom, 2 days to the upside. I bought it here. What happened? A couple of days later, back down, back up, back down, back up. Then we thought this was a 30-day bottom. But nope. Back up, back down, a new 30-day bottom, a new 30-day bottom, and another new 30-day bottom. Yep. I've been faked out many times. But here's the thing. Walgreens has been Walgreens has been in business for 170 years. They own a lot of stuff. There's 8,600 different stores worldwide. There's no possible way you can get rid of them all at the same time. Okay? They are going to get rid of 25% of the stores and maybe take a year or so for them to figure out what's going on. But take a look at the current price, $8.25. Now go do your research and find out what the book value on Walgreens is. Okay, so let's figure this out. Dude Dividends are for 80-year-olds. Alrighty then. Alright, dude stocks are for 80-year-olds. Yeah, I got that already. Thoughts on XRP? Yeah, no. Doesn't have 20 years of dividends. Fair value guy. Was that for fair value Gary? Is there any way to increase the percentage return on your strategy? Yep, there always is. But then you're trading your time for money. You're sitting in front of your computer longer than I want to. Worst advice, learn how to swing trade. Yeah, that is bad advice. Yes, it takes more risk. Plywood, Plywood agrees with me? Holy shit, I gotta find what he said. He actually agrees with me. I agree with you. Sorry, comments are somewhat out of context. Well, you're new here, okay? I have no offense whatsoever about people putting in their 2 cents. I prefer if you were, in the audience a little bit first before you add your comments to it. Samuel Owen Mensah. Hi, this is my first time here, and I think I am in love with what you're doing. All right, I will learn how to trade. All right, Samuel, I'm here every night. Okay, I've been here since the beginning of January. I've missed 2 days. Okay, one day I was sick as a dog. The other day I had to take somebody to the emergency room. I think there are valid reasons for not being here. But other than that, I've been here every single night, 9 p.m. to 11:30. Yes, it is way past my bedtime, but I got more questions. I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them. Okay, I do like to answer all the questions. Tester account. Really? A 50% annual percentage return? Yeah. Coach Joe, looks like James had some Red Bull. No, I didn't. My eyes are heavy and I have to squint to see what I'm reading. Is that what's in his cup? No, actually, this is water with honey and ginger. It's supposed to be good for my throat. A couple of weeks ago, I was about to lose my voice, so I had to limit what I was saying. And then somebody in the audience said, hey, ginger and honey. Where's gold going? Yeah, I don't do gold. Sorry, dude. Gold is not an investment. Gold is a dust collector. It holds your value. That's about all it does. Deb had a question. Is this James from Dividend Stock Talk, the 10-minute trader? Yes, it is. Nice to meet you, Deb. Let's keep it going. Yep. Walgreens book price is now $8.65, I think. I don't think that's correct because we looked at it earlier. WBA statistics. All right. Okay. Walgreens, Yahoo Finance, book value per share, $15.80. Can you teach me trading? Happy? Just keep on showing up. I'm almost done. Hey, targets 1% or greater. Yep. That's a great live. Good education. Live here. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Hey, that's what I'm here for. Hip Hop Head. How do I start buying? What platform do I use? Hip Hop Head, you're new here. My suggestion, keep coming back before you jump in. Make sure it's right for you. Make sure it makes sense. My main concern is, does it make sense? It's my first time here and glad I got something that is real. Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment, Tony. Thank you very much. Let's keep going. Alright, Buhner, thanks. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Live. MULN. We'll take a look tomorrow. Can I learn trading from you, sir? I'm kind of still a newbie. Not a problem. Happy. Like I say, keep coming back every night. I'm here every night. What time do I start? 9 o'clock. How do I find the book value? Book value, go to Yahoo Finance. Okay. Okay, Walgreens, Boots Alliance, WBA, blah, 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 whatever. $8.25. Okay. Now, here's all the information you need to know. Okay, here's the valuation. Went from 26 to 21 to 17 to 18 to 13 to 7. That's where we are now. That's a lot of loss. Okay? Current administration doesn't want to prosecute theft. Well, you're going to lose money if everyone walks in, takes stuff, and leaves. Whoops. All the way down here. Management effects, return on equity, income statement, 145 billion, revenue per share, $168 revenue per share, balance sheet, total debt, current ratio, book value per share, $15.80. All right, that's it. We are past time, and you guys have a great night. Finish that one up. You guys over here at Instagram, have a lovely evening. And you guys here, have a lovely evening, and we will see you again tomorrow. Now, have a great night. And you guys down here, have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Because the